The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Woo. Yeah. That one guy in the audience.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just setting up the chat goals. Hold on. I'm just setting up the you can set the goals now in supers. So I've got, go with me on this. 50 super chats, red level or higher. In a timer of 3 hours, because that's the name now. And if we do that, which would be like £5,000, $5,000, I will say, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I can see. All right.
I reckon we got this one nailed.
You'll smash that in
I
a
think we
second.
got this one nailed. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Real BBC. Just before we begin the show, I know, very generous, right? Gary, obviously not here today. He has posted now on social media, so I can be a little bit more specific. Sadly, there was a death in the family for Gary. And I don't mean this to diminish anything, but Gary's okay, obviously. His wife's okay. His children are okay. It was a member of their extended family. So really sad indeed. He's obviously gone to be with the family right now, as he should. So not going to be on this show. Not going to be, unfortunately, at MegaCon, and he's not going to be on FNT. So anyone who is going to go to MegaCon to see Gary, unfortunately, he won't be there, but there will be plenty of other people there. And he did put in his tweet or post, whatever you want to call it nowadays, please have a great time. So can we get some loads of love hearts in the chat for Gary and his family? Big love to Melissa, big love to Gary in what is obviously a very difficult time for them right now. And, just take your time, buddy. No problem whatsoever. Come back when things are in a better position for you.
Absolutely.
Chin, oh boy.
Yeah. Do whatever it is you need to do. Take your time for yourself and your people. Absolutely.
Yeah, and Critical Drinker should be joining us in about an hour or so. Approximately. I'm not putting him under any specific timelines, but he'll be joining us in about an hour or so. So we'll just hold off on the Fantastic Four teaser trailer until Drinker gets here, because I'd like to be him to be part of that one. But it does actually mean that Mola and I can talk some video game stuff as well. Because there's all kinds of video game stuff. Is it true? I don't know if this is true. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was just released about an hour ago.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, so it released about an hour ago. I've got it. I am going to stream it. I'm going to stream it tomorrow. So I'm going to stream it tomorrow for a big stream. Then I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to come back in the evening for Ripping the Silverback, which will be on, I think it's on my channel this week. Not too sure. I'll have to check. But I think it's on my channel this week. So we'll be giving it a good stream tomorrow. I don't know any, there's been a whole kind of around it. I haven't really bought into any of it, in as much as the first game was good, what I played in it. I never finished it because it was buggy, and I did get to a point where there was just a bit too many bugs, and I was like, I'm going to wait for them to finish sorting out the bugs, and I'll get back to it. And as time invariably does, it pulls us away onto other things, which is a shame because I was actually really enjoying the game. But I did put a fair bit of time into it. So I would imagine it would be pretty crazy to do anything that is antithetical to that. But we'll talk about something in a moment as regards to potentially antithetical to the first game. So I'm actually looking forward to it. But I believe that it's just come out, and the first video that IGN have posted up on their channel has been that how to do the gay romance.
All of you are itching to find out. I
am shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. Their first guy video on Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is how to fuck a dude with your dude. Which is, that was just so fucking planned.
Yeah, they probably fucking had that written before the game. Well, they would have had early access anyway, right?
Yeah. And the reviewer for IGN, and this is I posted a tweet yesterday that the tweet was actually a stab at IGN, not the game. But like I said, all this there's been a lot of talk about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is going to be woke because there's a gay guy in it, and stuff like this. And there's a couple of other little things, and they're like, it's woke, and there's lots of kind of chatter. None of that's bothered me. None of that's deterred me from saying, right, I need to try it myself. I need to find out myself. And then the person that reviewed Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 from IGN was the same person who reviewed Dragon Age the Veilguard, and they gave Dragon Age the Veilguard 9 out of 10. They gave Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 9 out of 10. And I joked on a tweet, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, IGN giving Kingdom Come Deliverance 9 out of 10 actually has me worried.
Yeah, no, any positive scores from them. Oftentimes it's more reassuring if they give something you love a bad score, because you're like, good, there we go. It's all is right with the world. But
because they were hypercritical about the first game, weren't they?
I'm trying to roll back to when that came out. There's those are controversies, right? It was like non-diverse game.
Non-diverse game. Why is medieval Europe only got white guys in it? Let me have a think now. Yeah, there was lots of kind of, why doesn't it have trans representation? They were trying to do all the kind of modern day talking points. Why aren't these modern day talking points in this medieval game? And the company handled that very well. They're like, well, because it's a medieval game. This isn't a fantasy game. This is trying to base it on actual medieval Europe, not the revisionist history medieval Europe that they would like to try to push onto people. But this time around, they seem to be very a lot of the media seem to be very pro the game. So this is why I do have to try it for myself, because when modern day media is like, no, this is a good game, kind of like, what's wrong with it?
Yeah, well, I mean, so you're playing it. You said tomorrow, is it?
Yeah. I was gonna do a stream after this stream. I was gonna just like take an hour break, get something to eat, and then do a stream. And then I decided, do you know what? I'm gonna go to the gym instead. Gonna go to the gym instead. Come back, get a good night's sleep, and then just do a nice big stream tomorrow instead of like pushing myself to like 3 a.m. and then sleeping in because of that and blah blah blah. So I just think it makes more sense to have a more cohesive stream. And also, if there is loud stuff, I need then don't really want to be screaming my head off at midday, midnight with my neighbor there trying to get some shut eye. God bless him. So yeah, I'm going to do a big Kingdom Come Deliverance stream tomorrow, and we shall see what it's like. But staying in the realm of the gaming industry, when Ghost of Yotei was announced, what was your initial reaction?
Well, the problem for me is that I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima yet, so I'm only told that it's an excellent game that I should get around to at some point, which I will probably. And so a sequel, hell yeah, let's go, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
But the more information that has been trickling out, the less excited people seem to be.
Okay, right. Okay, without giving away the punchline, when Ghost of Yotei was first announced, I've played and completed Ghost of Tsushima. I actually have a playthrough for members only, sorcerer level or above. Plug. I actually have a playthrough hidden behind a paywall on my channel, like all good streamers should. And it was phenomenal. I thought it's an absolutely phenomenal game. I thought the story was really engaging. The combat was awesome. The world was brilliant. And the sort of whole attitude behind it, to the degree that even the developers were honored by the Islanders Tsushima. And the fact that Japan really embraced it as very authentic and respectful to the history was really kind of like positive stuff. So when Ghost of Yotei was announced, I actually did a twit post, because I saw there was a lot of female protagonist, it's in trouble, they've gone woke, and I didn't want to be as cynical as that, because to me it would be crazy, a game that had such love by the people that played it, such love by the people of Japan, such love that it got honored by the Islanders Tsushima, that I did this post saying, okay, there's a female protagonist, and yeah, the voice actress that they got is a fucking red flag. Critical Role, side shaven, hashtag, cut children's bits off type of thing. But I'm kind of like, well, she's just voice acting. Right. People have to write the story that she voice acted. So, it's not as if she's, the lead developer and getting that sort of responsibility. But yeah, a little red flag. But I was like, I'm going to give this game I'm going to give this the benefit of the doubt. There's nothing wrong with a female protagonist if they're well done. Sadly, we're in a time where female protagonists in TV, film, and whatnot aren't done particularly well, unless it comes from the East. And so I did this post saying I think it would be crazy for them to abandon the ideals that they had for the first game. It's beloved. They got honored. To me, they should be looking at that, embracing that, and Ghost of Yotei should be as good as Ghost of Tsushima in terms of at least the way that they approach the game and develop the game and want to release the game. Then we found out who's writing the game. And do you want to tell the audience who's writing Ghost of Yotei?
Oh well, I don't know their name, but I know.
No, I mean where they come from.
Well, so the news that I saw, it's funny because there's so few out of context broad statements about any particular hire that'll make me say or do anything, because I'll just be like, oh, I'll find out more context on that or whatever. But this one, I was like, oh shit. So apparently 2 writers from Dragon Age Veilguard are going to be writing for Ghost of Yotei, which to me is a bit of a death sentence.
Yeah, I'm going to show something, and this is from Yellow Flash. Hell, Yellow Flash. This is what he posted out on Twitter. Well, he retweeted this or responded to this. Let's have a look at this, shall we?
You.
Andromeda.
Yeah, Andromeda. Mass Effect Andromeda. Anthem. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
That never even got made, did
Hell
it?
remake.
I thought they stopped making the remake for that.
Yeah, it's in development hell.
So how is that a credit?
Because it's not officially been cancelled.
Right, okay.
And they keep saying, yeah, it's you know, it's still in development. I mean, we've got no writer or team or anything.
Oh my god, Anthem, dude, that's one of those like, did it even happen games? Like, it's vaguely, it's like, was that a thing? I think it was, yeah.
I was speaking about Anthem on Afternoon Tea this week, and it's one of those kind of fever dream games that you're just like, did it actually happen? Well, I've got Anthem merch. I've got like an Anthem T-shirt.
Yeah. It was designed to be huge, and then it just went poof.
It was BioWare's answer to Destiny.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was this 10-year plan of a game that was meant to compete and be the Destiny killer. At least that's how it was pitched at that time. And oh my god, all the problems that. And then when it all came out, who were the documentarians that did the Irish guy who do the gaming documentaries?
Gaming documentaries.
Yeah, they did a great one on Square Enix, Final Fantasy and stuff like that. I cannot remember what they're. Danio Dyer, is it? Yeah, No Clip. That's it. No Clip. Thank you. Yeah, I think No Clip did a good documentary on just the absolute development hell that was Anthem. But holy fuck, this is just everything there is a red flag.
Oh, look.
Writer. Patrick Weeks. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. He's just been fired from BioWare. Actual fact, these people have all been fired from BioWare. Sorry, restructured out of the building. They've all been fired from BioWare. And they've gone from being fired by BioWare to
the story of Veilguard is somewhat complete now, right? In the sense that it was an awful thing. It did horrible and it had awful effects for the company. Like, there is no...
Yes. No, there was
to figure out. It's all done.
Yeah. What does Andrew want to call himself nowadays? Kareem Bush. Andrew, aka Kareem Bush, left the company, and I believe that they have now been hired by Wizards of the Coast gaming division.
Well,
if you ever wanted any more proof that Wizards of the Coast is a fucking dead company walking, that's where they've now gone to. So Wizards of the Woke has just picked up this fucking disaster. This disaster writer. So yeah, they were both of them writers from Dragon Age Veilguard,
which is just the cream of the crop.
Oh.
If you are neither a man nor a woman, then what are you?
Non-binary. I just said, and I'm going to use they instead of she from now on.
So now we are living in the land of unfortunately multiple flags for Ghost of Yotei, at least in my opinion. So having now seen that, and who's writing the game, what are your thoughts on Ghost of Yotei?
Do you know my first thought actually is just a broad sort of we can look at all these histories and then try and figure out what kind of game is coming and stuff, but I'm just like, how fucking unfair is it that you can do such a horrifically bad job on an IP like Dragon Age, and your reward is to move on to a Ghost of, sequel like that? Like, that's not how it should work. That's never been how it should work.
It's so bizarre because they've gone from Mass Effect Andromeda, which was a complete and utter disaster, to Anthem, which was a complete and utter disaster, to Dragon Age the Veilguard, which was the biggest of all of them disaster. And then they get put onto a sequel to a game that is absolutely beloved.
Just dropping grenades wherever they go, and they're just like, huh, what a coincidence that all these games that I work on are terrible. Wow, how did it turn out that way? Crazy.
I mean, we've seen many cases of failing upwards in Hollywood, but in the gaming industry, they are protecting their own by the looks of it.
there's no meritocracy whatsoever. It's the opposite of that. It's like, how bad can you do? We'll give you even more chances.
Well, I mean, the flip reverse to me of the meritocracy is DEI. It is the polar opposite, and I don't know. I don't know the ethnicity or sexuality or anything of these people, but what I would say is, whoever they are, wherever they come from, they don't deserve to be employed based on their track record of failure.
For me, it's just not. They shouldn't be allowed to destroy all this stuff that we like and everyone likes. To be fair, it's what is Dragon Age's fate now? You know?
Well, didn't somebody say who had been fired? Didn't one of the devs say or something had been fired? Said Dragon Age isn't dead because now it's yours to the fans. Whatever the fuck that means.
You mean it's dead now? Like, there won't be any more new releases, and even if they were, no one would want them.
Well, even it looks like they are betting everything on Mass Effect 4, which is still in pre-production.
Is that definitely going to happen, or is
they just it? It's in pre-production. It can be cancelled at any time. I've speculated already on Afternoon Tea that I don't think BioWare survives past the end of 2026. I think they're going to close it down during either this year or next year, because with Mass Effect 4 being in pre-production, it means that the likelihood of it coming out before 2030 are pretty much zero.
Definitely,
so BioWare can survive another 5 years. Now, admittedly, they've fired everyone up until around about 80 staff. So that's all BioWare have now, is about 80 staff from hundreds.
Yeah, and how many of them worked on the Mass Effects that people liked?
I'm going to speculate not many. I'm going to guesstimate probably not many at all. It's like we got Assassin's Creed Racism coming, and which has now been pushed back till March, latter half of March. And we've already had one of the team from Ubisoft say that approximately half or so of the people who are working on that game, this is the very first game they've ever worked on, and they're not happy with what they're doing. They're saying it's not good. And then they're just doing this toxic positivity, saying, you can't say it's not good. Of course it's good.
That Star Wars Outlaws did some serious damage that they don't want to talk about as well. To Ubisoft, just in general, like that game's going to lose support in spring probably. They're releasing one more DLC, but so much of it still doesn't even fucking work. But it's like it's too late. Moving on, get something else going, which obviously it's
Well, it's a little bit. It's a little bit more than just that. I mean, that did damage absolutely, but Skull and Bones was a complete and utter flop for them.
The thing is, it was Star Wars. I'm sure they had.
Sorry,
it was Star Wars, right? So like they must have had expectations about that IP being a juggernaut along with them. But it's like, did anyone tell them how Star Wars is doing right now?
I mean, chat, chime in with this one, chat. By the way, there is a poll going, but I would say that I think Ubisoft were more. I think people were more interested in Skull and Bones coming out than they were a Star Wars game.
There's so little passion for Star Wars right now. It's pretty much gone.
What a surprise!
You need an incredibly impressive trailer or premise concept to get anybody as attention. And obviously, all the marketing we famously went through some of the marketing for Star Wars Outlaws. It was not the kind of thing that tempts you to go play it.
No. I mean, it's so bizarre because the kind of marketing that's coming out now is literally telling you not to buy the game. I mean, and I don't mean that in a facetious way. I mean, it's literally here are all the reasons why you shouldn't touch this game.
Mm-hmm.
As if it's being done with authenticity.
Like they want you to not buy it.
Yeah. But it's actually meant to sell it. It's like what I would expect from somebody who's just like, okay, put together a 2-minute montage of maybe if I gave you the job, I said, right, Mauler, put together a 2-minute trailer to not sell the Veilguard. And this is the kind of stuff that they're putting out.
I tell you what, though, I would feel obligated somewhat to be like, I need to get everything in here so that people know. I can warn the people. They must know.
But they are doing that. They're doing that, but they're doing it as if it's a selling point.
As if it's good, yeah.
So it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Yeah. So I gotta say, when I saw that video yesterday, and I saw that they were the people writing Ghost of Yotei, I've gone from, hey, I'm going to give this benefit of the doubt. I can't believe that this company would do anything to sabotage themselves. It would be insanity, absolutely insane. To now being, oh no, I think this game's done. I think it's cooked. If these people are writing it, it's going to be absolutely saturated with current deisms.
It's going to be painful.
So it puts you into the position of instead of giving them the benefit of the doubt, now it's just like you have to do everything in your power to prove me wrong. And the only way that you can do that is by the game being good. Because we can stream the game because that's our job. But chat don't have to part with their money. They can be like, no, I'm going to wait for Az to play. I'm going to wait for Mauler to play. I'm going to wait for Metal to play. Or, they can choose a person that, hell, they could be like, I'm going to wait till Angry Joe or somebody plays the fucking game. For, somebody that they trust themselves, that will give them as honest an answer, as a legitimate answer as possible. They don't have to.
Just also be careful with whose reviews you watch as well. Especially them day one ones that release.
Yeah, I don't want to say their name. There's a specific one who really does play the game well. In as much as they come across as if they're kind of authentic, but in actual fact they are fully entrenched in preview culture, preview content, and going to events and stuff like that. It's Gary. You got me. The
game of God.
I mean, you could say there's a couple, but there's one specific which really kind of like stands out for me. So you do have to be, like you said, exceedingly careful with
what I've been recommending, especially in our age, is just instead of a review, and I know it's annoying, but if it is a purchase of like $60 plus, I think it's worth the time. Look at a long play or look at someone playing it, so that you don't get the edited version. When someone tells you like, "Oh, this game's amazing for this reason, and they've cut out all of the crap. So like, just if you watch someone play it for an hour, then as you mentioned, of course, like me or you or Metal. But if you don't have any of those options of your general favorites playing games in a way that's just like, because with us, I'd say Indiana Jones is a good example. A lot of people liked it, but I think me, you, and Metal sort of all had a similar reaction of just, well, this is very underwhelming and just meh. Like that, there was no sort of ploy to have an angle of any kind. It was just playing a video game.
No. When I play a game, when you play a game, when when we do play a game on stream, we are legitimately going into it with, we're going to tell you exactly what we think. Whether people don't like it and we like it, or whether we don't like it and people like it, irrelevant. We'll tell you what we think, and allow the audience to make their own determination to whether or not to pick it up. I only did one Indiana Jones stream. That was it. I was done. I did one Indiana Jones stream. I was bored senseless, absolutely bored senseless. And the chatter around the game just died immediately. Yep. It was like dead within a week. Nobody was talking about the fucking thing.
I don't think you would have liked it if you'd played it more. You didn't even get to the girl counterpart. No,
I didn't even get to that. I got to I think he'd just gone under the Vatican, and I just did a puzzle to open a doorway, and I was done. And the majority, not the majority, well, about let's just say at least 40% probably of that stream, I was just trying to find my own fun. I was just trying to do silly things or find my own fun. I was bored off my head. And playing that game, and there were, just finding multiple silly things to break the game immediately because you weren't doing what the game wanted you to do.
Oh yeah, that game suffers hard from rails. Well, I will give it though. It allowed me to kill everyone in the Vatican for some reason.
That's what it ended up being, though. You just ended up being like, how many people can we kill in the Vatican? And that you just like start a fight and then run up the staircase and then just wait for them to come up the staircase. You start picking them up.
Oh, the combat!
Loads of them until I got done.
Combat sucked ass.
It was not good. It was not good, and it just kind of vanished within a week or so. You're having the wrong fun. Well, Mike, that's kind of the thing. Mm-hmm. That's the weird thing when a game is so on the rails. It's kind of telling you, no, sorry, you're having the wrong type of fun without it actually being fun because it's on the rails. The whole point of having fun in a game is when you yourself kind of go off the beaten track and create your own little moments. They can be great games to do that in.
Developers as gamers or vice versa. Like, I feel like the older the area you go, the more you'll find that the developers were people who just fucking adored video games. But these days, it just feels like we're further and further away from that, because to have a moment where you enter the Vatican and you see this secure area, you're going to have to stealth your way through and be careful. And then, me, Mel, you, or whatever, just like, what if I just hit them with a glass ball? Yeah. And then the whole area's like, blah, 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 and you kill them all. I could just picture Dev being like, why are you doing that? And you'd be like, well, because I can. Like, that's
No, you're meant to stealth. Look, we've made this path.
Yeah.
That if you stealth over there and then go to there, then you can stealth. No, I'm shooting him in his head, and then causing all the others to come running out the fucking doors and shooting them.
And everything falls apart because the dev's like, well, we didn't build it with you killing everybody. It's like, but you did. I can.
But you did. You just didn't want us to, but you did build it that way.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I didn't. I'm not going to fib and say that I thought that the Indiana Jones game was going to be great or anything. I was very nervous from the start, and I didn't really hold too much hope because the trailers themselves, again, one of those trailers that just said, this is probably why you shouldn't buy this Indiana Jones video game. And so when it came out, I was actually surprised. I thought it was just going to be bit mid, but you sort of plow through, and you do it. But I was just so bored after the first stream. I was like, I don't want to do this.
The death of mechanics, it drives me absolutely fucking insane with modern games. It's so bare bones in terms of how you move, explore, do combat, puzzle solving. All of it is just bare bones. It's like they didn't want to go any further than, he punches people. He has his whip. If we can nail that, that's good enough. And it's just like, man, you can do so many more creative, awesome things if you, wanted to make a system that was unique, dynamic, and interesting. And by the way, your game might be more successful if you did. Just saying. It's Indiana Jones, for Christ's sake.
Well, I remember during the stream, Hey Saska sells it soon. Schlurpo merch soon. I just remember a part where I kicked a guy. We were up on the roof, and I kicked him off the roof into a bunch of priests and guards down below. None of them reacted.
Well, as I may or may not be aware of, the next Joe Danger supercut may very well be Indiana Jones. Starring, of course, myself, yourself, and Metal.
There's going to be very little of me in that one.
Yeah, I think he did have trouble balancing it because obviously I had 2 streams, and I think you and Metal, I think you both had 1. I can't remember the times on it exactly, but
just 1 stream.
But yeah, you can make some use out of it because we both ended up discovering similar things, I think.
Yeah, okay, we're a streamer. We create videos. Obviously, we make money through streams, and we make money through ad revenue. It's not as if it was like, oh God, no, nobody's watching this Indiana Jones stream. I need to figure a game out that people are going to enjoy, be engaged in. No, there was plenty of people watching it and all that kind of stuff. It's just like, I can't. This is so boring.
Yeah,
I'm absolutely bored to tears with this one. Because it wasn't like Dragon Age: The Veilguard in as much as I wanted every single fucking nuance of crap in that game.
I think some people got that impression from me, and I was like, no. And with the scale, like Outlaws and Veilguard are way lower than Indiana Jones, but I don't like that we're in a position where somehow Indiana Jones should elevate to like, I don't even want it good, let alone great. I don't think it's like we shouldn't be playing games like that. Like, oh yeah, shit, man, we're back. It's like, no, we're not even close.
No,
but it's not abysmally, awfully the worst thing in the world.
No,
if I were forced to play it, I'd survive. I feel like, yeah, I wouldn't want to be forced to play. Anyone who plays through all of Veilguard would be a fucking crazy person. Hey, I played through all of Outlaws.
I didn't just play through all of it, dude. I tried to do every single thing that I could based off the decision. So every single side quest, every bit of exploration of the areas, I wanted it all because of this video that I'm making. This
true hero.
Oh, the hero that we need, not deserve, whichever way around that one goes. Oh, yeah. So it's fucking hell, dude. The gaming industry is in such a weird place. I mean, I'm expecting Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 to be a good game. That's what I'm expecting. I'm legitimately expecting it to be a good game. I'm actually looking forward to seeing where we are with it tomorrow. I'm going to be making decisions that I want to make in the game. I'm not going to be making the decisions that IGN necessarily want me to make in the game. But I don't think there's a problem per se with having those choices anyway, if they are legitimate choices that you can choose or not choose. So if you want your main character, if you're a gay guy that's bought the game and you want your main character to have a gay fucking relationship in that game and go down that route, that's your prerogative to do. Because at least the game's giving you the option either way, and you can go, nah, I'm into chicks. Boom, done. Then that side's gone. You don't see that.
Was there something about how they would have wanted that to be in the original, but they didn't have time or something? I remember someone talking about that.
I can't remember. Personally, I can't remember. And again, Mass Effect's been doing that for fucking donkey's years. You could choose to play a straight shepherd. You could choose to play a gay shepherd.
You can shepherd the gays.
Yeah. I mean, admittedly, when I played Mass Effect 1, I don't know what decisions I was making, but as soon as I chose to sacrifice Ashley over the other guy, he would not stop hitting on me. And I was just like, dude, I'm not into it. And then every time he'd be like, can you turn the thrusters on to take us into this area? Sure, if you thrust my bum with your big manly... No, stop it! Sir, stop it! I know. He got really...
Sounds like true love to me.
He got really kind of like, Destiny levels of sex pest. He kind of got that sort of level. So I was like, okay, so kill off Ashley. Dude, want to fuck you for the rest of the game. Gotcha. So we kind of went back and we, saved Ashley after that. He got blowed up. He got blowed up. Oh, but remember in video games where the decisions had consequences and that part of Mass Effect 1.
They don't do that anymore.
You liked it as, I don't know, maybe there's a little bit of ego. It's just like, oh, dude, I'm not into it, but don't stop. Keep massaging the ego. Yeah, but that's gone. I mean, Mass Effect Veilguard.
That's how it feels.
Dragon Age Veilguard, there was nothing like that at all. You had to wait right to the very end of the game to kill either the gay warden or Harding. Right at the end of the game.
Yeah, see, I didn't watch you get all the way to the end. I'm just going to watch your review of it instead.
It's that there would I don't want to blow the video, but I think there's 2 inverted commas meaningful decisions you make in the game, and that's it.
Ooh.
And that is which city you defend, and then right at the end of the game, which ones you choose to die, the Gay Warden or Harding. And because that's done literally within like the last half hour of the video game, it must be like the last half hour or so of the video game. That's it. Otherwise, it kind of puts the most dumbass decisions in front of you to make. Drinkers should be here in about half an hour or so. It gives you like the dumbest decisions to make. Like, this big bulky statue is going to attack. You need to assign one of your crew to fight against them. Do you want to assign the big bulky person that can fend it off, or do you want to assign the fragile glass guy over here that will get smashed to pieces? It's just like, oh my god, it's like it's not as if it was even fucking trying. It's not as if it was even trying with that kind of stuff. So it was so basic on which person to assign to which thing. So you had to purposely not use your brain. You had to purposely go against the hand holding to put the others in the wrong position so that they could potentially be killed. Which
that sounds like fun.
It could be. I mean, it could be fun, but it kind of got to the point at the end of the game where I was just like, I just want this over with. Let's just put them there and fuck off.
Yeah.
In the right position. Let's just put them in the right positions, which is so fucking basic, and fuck off now. And lo and behold, it was all the right decisions, and they all defeated the respective. Oh, and they all defeated them in like a 10-second cutscene as well. So it wasn't as if it was even anything that you particularly. Anyway. Anywho, what I'm trying to say is, no meaningful decisions of any worth, because even the first meaningful decision, which I believe you got to, which was the choice of which city to save.
Yeah, and then which dragon you ended up fighting, right?
Yeah, the person whose city was assigned that got ruined, they'd just be pissed off for like an hour. You can't use them. They're sad for about an hour.
I remember that happening, and I was just like, okay.
If you finish this chapter, suddenly they'll be like, oh, okay, I'll come back. It meant nothing.
It's like, my whole city is ruined, and I was like, sorry.
You poopy pants. Well, I mean, but we split the team.
Yeah, seems like our team did our job right. Your team didn't.
Yeah.
How about that?
So you should be pissed off with yourself because we did our job.
That would have been an interesting conversation to be like, by not choosing us, the city's been ravaged or whatever. And you'd be like, oh, so you're saying that we should have all come to save you and then let the other town fall because you were too incompetent to. Yeah,
because you couldn't do the job.
Okay.
But that would have been an interesting conversation to have, because that would have caused some conflict within the team that could have led to some interesting decisions going forward.
Yeah, we don't do that, so.
No. You just got to sit down and go, so I'm non-binary.
Wow.
Oh.
Not as good as the apology cutscene where she explains how to correctly apologize with, was it press-ups or something for misgendering?
The barv, doing a barv. Because but remember, I don't know if you can remember, because this game was shite. But the annoying Asian chick from California Starbucks was doing a barv because she took some food, communal food, by the way, that was finger food, as we call it in the UK, where you have a platter of food that people can just pick at and eat. They had the last bit of food that the trans character, the non-binary character, wanted, and so that made them transphobic, and they had to pull a barv.
Right. That all made sense to me.
Did it?
Yeah.
'Cause I know if my mate goes, oh, who had the last cocktail sausage? And I went, me. It just go, oh, you bastard.
Time to pull a barv.
Yeah, time to pull a barv as. Oh, okay.
You got me, okay.
Trying to do a Barb and then only do 5 out of 10 or whatever it was that she did. Because the game couldn't even fucking count properly.
I was kind of hoping to make it that far, but after it was like 4 streams, I was like, okay, it's a bit much.
I never realized until I was watching the Supercut that I was the last man standing.
Oh, really? I thought you knew.
Yeah. No, I thought you'd gone on and finished it. And I thought Metal had gone on and finished it. So I was really kind of surprised when it just went, okay, they've dropped out. It's only ours now.
The game's like 1,000,000 years long.
Dude, that video could have been 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. Easy.
I think he knew that. He was like, nah. Let's keep it a little bit more reasonable than going through all of your antics. Besides, you're going to have to take all the spoilers away from your review. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, there is it's more of a dissection than a review.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it's actually going to be. Ghost of Yotei, is it going to be a complete failure or an absolute win? Complete failure, 88%.
Yeah.
Absolute win, 11%. 2,000 people voted on that poll.
That makes sense.
I can't say is I disagree. I can't say is before seeing the writers, I'd be like, I don't, maybe somewhere. But having seen who the writers are, now I'm like, oh no, no.
Yeah, that's, as I said, feels a bit death sentencey to me. But hey,
Yeah.
Maybe they're actually incredible writers and that they've just been coasting this whole time and they're finally going to make their magnum opus. Here it comes.
Oh, God. So before Drinky gets here, let's just do a couple of another little bit of a conversation. HBO have started to put into development a new Buffy show starring Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy.
Horrific news, but unfortunately we knew this was coming. It was an inevitability. They have rebooted fucking every IP on Earth. Buffy, they tried, and the wheels were spinning up, and Joss Whedon was going to be producing. Then he got hyper cancelled, and so the whole project died. And so now we've just been waiting. I think it's specifically, if you remember, there was an article semi-recently about Dexter's revival.
Oh, yeah, Dexter, what is it? Dexter Resurrection.
Some shit like that. And I'm pretty sure Sarah Michelle Gellar's in that, right? Starring, I think. She said, well, the point is that she said from working on that she now believes that a revival is very much possible for many shows that are very old, including maybe Buffy.
Oh.
It's like, really? It was Dexter's revival show that made you think that Buffy should now be revived. Okay, so they've got her on board, which to me was like, uh-oh. Because that's actual... You needed either her or Joss or both, to make the project more viable. Because with her, you get a whole bunch more of the actors. Obviously, Anthony Stewart Head will likely join for sure. That'd be Giles. James Marsden would absolutely come back as Spike, even though it'll make no fucking sense at all. Because vampires are not supposed to age, but they'll say something. Some magical spell was cast and all vampires age now or something.
And he was 39, wasn't he, when he started Buffy?
No, yeah,
he's aging well though. In all fairness,
he's a very handsome man. I'm not. They're gonna have to address that. But yeah, Emma Caulfield being Anya, she's I'm pretty sure already posting about how exciting it is. So she died, by the way, but it doesn't matter. None of this matters as they'll say DeHoffman brought it back because she was a vengeance demon, and that's not how he wanted her to die, or something, or whatever. This is what I mean. Like, I am hyper beyond cynical with this. It's gonna be awful. It's gonna be desperate. It's being made by the fucker who directed the Eternals.
Yeah, Chloe Zhao. Oh, by the way, it's Hulu, not HBO, by the way. Hulu, not HBO. But yeah, Chloe Zhao, who did The Eternals, will be directing.
She said she's a lifelong Buffy fan. I was like, yeah.
Remember how Leslie Headland was a fan of all the Star Wars?
All of them.
Everyone. All of them. And now hasn't she given up on making TV or something?
It's not even the continuation of the canon for Buffy and Angel wasn't even something I like. The Joss Whedon involved stuff, the comics and everything. So the idea, and then they did this audio thing semi-recently, which was probably a tester to see just how much audiences would pay attention to that. But this, I'm a little more worried with this one. I feel like this actually might become something because it'll probably be 1 or 2 seasons and then dead, but it's still something I don't want to happen, mainly because of the symbols of legitimacy. Let's put it that way. If they were all a new cast in a new timeline, I can completely ignore it. But bringing back Giles and Spike with all those like they probably get David Boreanaz to at least cameo as Angel as well. And
why not just kill off all the fucking Slayers until you got one Slayer again, and just start it 20 odd years down the line. We had Slayers throughout the decades. They could have made a prequel show easily with an interesting Slayer Watcher dynamic in an older part of the world. Ooh, medieval.
You could have done that. You could have done fucking anything, but instead they're going to be like, I don't even want to speculate because it'll be horrible. Whatever they come out with as an idea, it's going to be fucking horrible.
But it's Hulu, which means it's Disney.
Well, of course, Disney have the rights to Buffy, right? They're the ones that are desperately trying to find a way to make it work.
Let me go to DMs because Gary left us a couple of notes for what he wants to say on a couple of things. Hold on. Right, okay. So Gary's take on this is Buffy will be utter shit and play out like an apology for Joss Whedon. We were actually talking before the stream about this, and I said this is going to be a Joss Whedon apology tour for this show.
Yeah, so like the sentiment's going to want to be the Buffy was good in spite of him, and that it's good riddance, he's gone, and that they'll apologize for several things that weren't quite right in the original series, right? That's this. It'll be like didn't Star Trek do some of this? Picard season 1, I think. It's like this gross malformed thing that uses people you like. It's
I mean, Picard season 1 was utter it was a fucking disgrace that made no sense. But that's what happens when you deal with people that have no clue about these franchises. I mean, after all, Kurtzman did say that these shows are not about Star Trek. It's about using the franchise as a platform for their messages. So it was skin suits. It was skin suits of the character projecting the current deism that they wanted to do, and none of it made a fucking lick of sense.
Whatever they so, and this was the thing. Some people say like there is no Buffy without Joss. Like there is no Buffy anymore that's new because the Joss that made it's gone, and not just in a career way and in like a person way. We've seen this before with artists, but the Joss Whedon of late 90s, early 2000s is gone. That guy doesn't exist anymore. So, but he was possibly the most important jigsaw piece to creating those shows, and thus you cannot create those shows again, at least not in the way that they exist. Now, I want to be fair. Is there a snowballs chance in hell that it could be a good show? It's like, well, it's like,
I honestly don't think there is. I mean, one of the things that was so good about Buffy for the time was it was a coming of age story anyway. Is these kids just trying to get through high school, trying to get through college, and they have all this shit thrust upon them. And
my assumption is that they're going to make all the characters we love mentor roles. Like they might even make Buffy a watcher.
Speaking of watching, somebody's watching us in the back.
Oh my god!
Wait, actually, that sounded pretty gay. Birds. Hello, drinker.
I'm always watching your back, yeah.
Hello, mate.
What's up, dirty dogs?
Oh, we're just talking about, we got a few more franchises to rape, and one of them is my favorite now.
Sure, yeah. You're talking about raping Buffy.
Yes.
Jesus,
yeah. Well,
the
you're
show.
never going to get that image out of your head now, but, it was only a matter of time. This is a sequel, though, isn't it? It's not a reboot, it's not a remake, it's a sequel.
Yes.
Yeah, she's going to be playing an older Buffy. There's already so many world-building questions everyone's going to have, and that means that they're going to be adding... They have to acknowledge that Angel's moved on. They're probably going to... For those who don't know, Angel's ending is not something you want to touch in live action unless you're very careful.
But they're gonna have to, surely.
yeah.
If James Masters is gonna make an appearance in the show, then it has to.
Well, that's the thing, right?
I
None of
don't want to
these-
do this. I don't want to see a middle-aged Buffy. I don't want to see old Spike or old Angel or anything like that.
They're all
Like,
going to roll them out. This is the
They
thing.
will,
They're all key jangle lemons to be squeezed. You know, you got to do it. Got to get
And the
Giles
thing
in there
is-
saying something smart. Got to get
'Cause,
Spike saying something witty.
I'm going to take a wild guess as well. Joss Whedon is not going to be involved in this one.
No.
Yeah. And that's
He's
the thing,
not.
like, he's not the same Joss Whedon anyway that was around in the late 90s, early 2000s, but, you're not going to equal that level of writing when he was at his peak anyway. So it's, I just don't like this idea. It seems horrible.
I wouldn't like the idea, if they said, right, we're doing another season of Firefly, I'd be the same. I'd be like, oh, God,
Yeah,
no,
no.
please, no.
Dude, don't rule that out. That might be something they try at some point.
Oh, I'm not ruling it out because there's been chatter. There has been like recent chatter about potentially, and
It'll be fucking awful.
if this does okay, let's just say that this Buffy reboot actually does okay. Then, as somebody says in the chat, IP mining, let it, let it
for
begin.
sure.
And they'll
Yeah,
go
I don't
right.
see
what
them-
else
They'll
do we-
bring back all these things. They'll remake Stargate SG-1. They'll bring back
Mhm.
Farscape. Like, all this stuff is just
Mhm.
waiting to be raped, sadly.
How fair. Leave it alone. How long are we going to have to do this dance? It's ridiculous.
'Cause, they'll get, if they can get Nathan Fillion attached to Firefly,
Yeah, that'll be it.
Yeah.
and Maureen Baccarin and stuff like that.
Well, that's the thing. The problem with Buffy, as I said earlier, is that if Sarah Michelle Gellar's on board, then you get all the other actors because they're all going to be like, oh, well, if she's on board, then yeah, I don't want to. It's less a thing of. I'm not even angling this from the position of money or strictly legitimacy. It's almost like a reunion thing, right? They'd be like, oh, I got to do it for my friend. Like, we got to do this together. Like, this is a really important and meaningful event. And I'm just sitting there like, no.
Well, I mean, don't rule out the financial aspect of it either. Like, a lot of these guys haven't exactly gone
No,
on
they
to
ruled
great
in.
things,
I'm
so-
saying that's also present as well.
Yeah.
The nature of like they wouldn't want to miss this chance. They might consider it like, well, if we don't do this now, we might never get a chance again. Especially because Anthony Stewart Head is like 10 million years old.
Do you think? Oh my God,
He still got it though. He was great.
I
in
love the
Ted
guy.
Lasso.
I absolutely love the guy. And him as Giles is perfect. But I don't want any more. It's fine. It's wonderful the way it is.
I would have loved to have had the Ripper series though.
Yeah.
I
would be more
very
on board
sad
with
things
that,
about-
by the way. And the premise would be have him in like a modern day setting, no mentions of any other characters, just him doing some normal stuff and then finding some book or some reason to think about his past. And then you get a younger actor who can show us what Ripper did, so to speak. You can have them both, like a past present sort of thing.
But
But
I want-
keep it
I
nice and
want
isolated,
Anthony-
low budget, and rely on the actors.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, I would have preferred it. I would have preferred it with Anthony Stewart Head, but
Well, he's way too old to be fucking ripping.
I know. But I'm talking when it was talked about 20 years ago. But do
Yeah.
you think some of it might be that with Matthew Perry passing, they're kind of saying, right, which franchises can we fucking resurrect before something could happen to these people?
I mean, time's never on your side, is it, when it comes to stuff like this? And it only
That's
gets worse as
another-
time goes on.
Sort of saying, there's another reason why I feel like it might get fast tracked. They'll be like, hey man, we won't have these actors for long. This is our chance to do it.
Well, yeah, and this is the same reason they're strip mining the Lord of the Rings property as well.
Oh,
Like, well, Ian McKellen's really fucking old now, so if we're going to do another movie there, we better get him
Yeah.
into the Gandalf costume before he passes away.
God, dear God. He
Just
went, by the way,
cynical. I hate it.
Ian McKellen, when he did his bit on extras with Ricky Gervais.
But he's
That's
just
amazing.
played
You know how
acting.
I played Gandalf. I pretended.
I imagined myself as that character, and then I act like
And then
them.
It's great.
It's like, yeah. I don't think you probably understand this. No.
No, I do.
I always loved the bit with Vinnie Jones and Ross Kemp as well. They're
Oh,
like, oi, Kemp, what's this about you going around saying you're harder than me?
no. I tell you what, fucking props to Ross Kemp for that, because it must have taken a lot of fucking balls to sort of cock yourself like that for
Yeah.
Vinnie Jones.
Yeah.
That's a great show. And Ricky Gervais just has put out a tweet yesterday saying they still haven't learned. And then there was a picture of him when he said, you guys have absolutely no reason to preach to anyone.
Yeah.
And then the Grammys happened, I guess. I bet you watched every second of that.
I was going to the screen, man, on Pornhub, to be fair.
Oh, I thought it's about Kanye's wife.
Yeah, it's like, well, when you've exhausted all other avenues for attention seeking, you might as well just strip butt naked and just stand there in front of people. It was.
Do you know what the even better thing about Kanye and his wife on the red carpet was? He wasn't even invited to the Grammys. They just
showed up.
They just turned up, walked the carpet, and then got told to do what because they weren't coming in.
Thing is, they made their point, didn't they? They got all the attention.
Yeah.
Leave. Why sit through a boring ceremony for the next 4 hours?
You could have listened to Beyonce's country album, mate.
Oh yeah. Ooh. That well-known country star, Beyonce.
Yeah, with see the Tom McDonald post. It says listening to Beyonce's country Grammy-winning country album, and it just sounds like a Beyonce song, but she says "giddy up" in it. So I don't know. She's
personally
back now.
I was always a fan of Britney Spears' death metal phase.
Oh man! Hey, we've been holding off Drinker the Fantastic Four trailer. I think Mauler and I are going to be aligned on this one if that's his reaction. Let's have a look. Actually, before we show it,
okay.
Well, we will stop it when you say, if anyone wants us to stop at some point. Have you seen it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
Morley, you've seen it.
Yes.
Okay, can I just get your kind of like a couple of sentence first reaction?
Who do you
go
want
with Junker. You go first.
Because we're both too polite and we just sit here in awkward silence for like 5 minutes rather than
for a whole hour. Like you're gonna go.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm not going first.
We're all British. We're all British. We got a Englishman.
We're good at queuing.
Okay, so I like the 1960s aesthetic with the cars and the technology and their space rockets and stuff. Like they've clearly gone for the comic accurate Fantastic Four, as far as I can tell, the outfits and everything like that. Even the way the Thing looks. So that's all very nice. They really hammer home the family aspect of it. I honestly expected Vin Diesel to pop up at one point and just go, family. Aside from that, it's not giving us a whole lot. I don't love the casting. I've probably made that clear before. I don't really love Pedro Pascal in the role. You're gonna have to go some to beat Jessica Alba as well. I'm sorry, but yeah, she's way hotter. Aside from that, it's not giving us a whole lot to work with. But I assume this is like an alternate multiverse thing, since like it is in the 1960s. Because I'm pretty sure people would have talked about stuff like this if they'd existed before. So I mean, that's all I've got. I'm not like hating it. Not like super pumped for it or anything. I don't think this movie's going to land as well as they think it is.
Morley?
Broadly would be cautiously, slightly optimistic. More so than I was before I saw the trailer. I think it's a very cool and creative idea to have a retro-futuristic sort of angle in an alternate universe, and it's completely removed from all of the garbage of the MCU in the continuity sense, and you have a lot of freedom, which they seem to be making use of. The first thing that struck me about Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards is he's like putting on a nerd voice. Like the first time I heard him in the trailer, he's like, "Hello, I'm Reed." I was like, "Oh, you went with that." Hey, maybe I'm jumping the gun on it. And it's gonna be better in the fucking movie. I don't know. We'll see. Because I was curious if he was gonna be able to shed his accent and what kind of voice he would want to give for Reed. But yeah, so there's that. I mean, I was happy to see Galactus is going to look like Galactus. We already knew that, but it's still just getting it confirmed. It's like, well, that's nice. They are committing to a lot of the aesthetics people were looking for this whole fucking time. Because if you remember, Fan 4 Stick, probably something they want forgotten as fast as possible. But yeah, I don't know. It felt like it looked better than a lot of what Marvel's put out semi recently. Felt like the contrast was stronger with just generally speaking the color grading and the way everything flowed. I felt like it may have a bit more heart. Can't be sure, but broadly speaking, yeah, I'm more interested in giving this a chance than I would be a lot of things that Marvel are putting out. So
okay. My first reaction was, why were they using the music from Ant-Man Quantumania? That's exactly what it sounded like. It really just sounded like another Ant-Man trailer. I do like the aesthetic of the world. I do like that kind of Fallout-y future retro, future Art Deco kind of stuff. Kind of very Batman the Animated Series also kind of vibe to that sort of thing. I did really like the retro costumes as well. I was so fucking confused why half of the trailer was the Thing eating food. I was just like,
funny.
They're giving you a little slice of life there for the Fantastic Four.
Funny.
No, it wasn't.
Like, this is weird. He's like dipping his finger. You eat the food that Herbie made. Okay, cool. It's nice. And then it's just like, this is going on. And now he's telling him to put garlic in. I'm like, what is this? Is fun. Yeah, so I like the aesthetic. Confused by it. I actually do very much like Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. Pedro, new. Ben Grimm, oof. And Johnny Storm, I thought looked okay. But let's get into it. If you want me to stop at any point, gentlemen, let me know.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7 on the dot, no matter what.
Do you hear it?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah,
you hear it?
I don't know if
he's
he's
point to do it every week.
You know what it sounds like? It's like he's going for that sort of 1960s TV presenter. That way it was a very clipped, efficient way of speaking that people used to have back then. Very like slightly formalized. I don't know if he was going for that rather than the geeky angle. I could be wrong.
Well, whatever it is, once we see the full thing, it'd be better to be able to judge it. I'm not trying to go too harsh too quickly. It's just it didn't sound quite right to me.
I was wondering, is he purposely speaking in rhyme?
Was he speaking in rhyme?
Yeah. If you listen to the last kind of like
on the dot, no matter what.
On the dot, no matter what.
Hard to say.
So I don't know if there was this kind of, maybe they're doing it in a way that there's this unnatural, unreal element to it, and maybe this is a simulation that they're trapped in. Is that going to be like a little twist in it? Is there going to be like a?
God, I hope not.
Who knows?
Because they kind of there's when he's talking to Sue, there's an element where they're kind of saying, well, kind of like what's happening here.
We're all here.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming? Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
I'm not with the Thing's voice on this.
It doesn't quite match with his appearance.
No.
I feel like it should be deeper.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay, fine with him being like that in his human form, but when he's turned into the Thing, when you physically change, it's going to physically change your voice as well. So to have him
gravelly, you might say.
Yeah, he says things to be said no more, kind of.
I do love the idea that like the Thing still has a tongue with taste buds. Like, shouldn't his tongue just be made of rock as well?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what his internal structure is. What does he shit out? Does he shit out boulders? Like,
it is odd.
Okay. Is this?
I'm like, what's going on?
He's a fair old chunk of the trailer that gets the vote.
We're 27 seconds in.
This guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious. I just want to add a little bit of zip. Okay?
That's 35 seconds of the trailer now. It's like, what is going on?
Definitely trying to offer that it's a wholesomeness, of the film.
Sure.
T-5. Before we went up the first time.
Did he have like a retractable blackboard there? I don't know what that was. It was blackboard that rises out. There's this hugely complex mechanism just to give him a blackboard to write on. I love that.
I gotta say, the aesthetics. I like the aesthetics. I mean, that looks.
Well, so it's like I said, the colorful and high contrast, the way it pops, and you've got that wholesomeness of it. I assume this is getting as far the fuck away from Fan Four Stick as possible. If you remember, that was like a grim, dark, Fantastic Four.
Yeah. But yeah, it does have that kind of Fallout vibe, and I do quite like that vibe.
You couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock. The best pilot in the world, right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock.
See, Ben's always been a rock. It's like they're like as if they can't remember that he used to be human once.
No.
Don't they just mean like their personalities?
He means like he's like a rock to rely on.
Oh my god! Like metaphorically, he's a solid person to depend on.
Well, they're brother and sister, right?
Johnny Storm and Sue Storm.
Yeah.
Not
those
Ben.
two are brother and sister.
Yeah.
Well, then what's remind me, because I'm not super familiar with Fantastic Four. Is there any?
Ben's their friend.
He's just their friend. He's not like. Well, I guess he's just the reliable friend then.
he's their rock, which is
yeah. That's what they're going for. Is like he's the friend that they can all rely on.
Yeah,
I assume.
Okay.
Because Johnny Storm's like the troll of the lot of them, right? He's more reckless and more fucks around with everybody. Because my knowledge of them is mainly from the Marvel movies and a bit of the games, but in terms of personality,
Johnny's kind of like the clownish one.
Yeah, I think that's all it means.
Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together.
Coming of Galactus, right?
Maybe.
I mean, special effects wise, it looks pretty decent on the special effects. I got to say, there's been a lot of ropey special effects.
I don't hate the look of the film, which is something they need to worry about because this one got fast tracked. You'd think it would have the dodgy CG.
Yeah,
I kind of didn't notice as well. At what point did they switch from like the old-fashioned 4:3 ratio to full-on widescreen trailer? I kind of didn't notice the switch.
It expanded on the here when you had the little bit and it expanded on the Marvel.
Okay, yeah.
When it got that expanded.
Obviously not paying attention. I think what I think about this movie. It's going to put the whole superhero fatigue argument to the ultimate test because
this Superman will.
Yeah, because this, like from Marvel's point of view, is the most quintessentially superhero-y thing that they've done. Because I don't think there's any attempt to make this like some cool, slick, modern-looking thing. Obviously, it's like got the retro aesthetic. They're going for the comic-accurate outfits. To a casual observer, they might look ever so slightly goofy. And so I wonder, how well this is going to be received by general audiences. If it does well, great. I guess that means like maybe the superhero genre has got a couple more years left in it. If not, I think this is it. Like Marvel seems to be banking a lot on the Fantastic Four. I think they want these guys to be the centerpiece of the MCU
going forward.
Yeah. And if this doesn't work, they are fucked.
No, I agree. I think they're wanting because they're putting this out as well before the X-Men. So I'm thinking they're wanting the Fantastic Four to kind of be the dominant group going forward, the dominant characters going forward.
Reed's role might end up being the new Iron Man, which means you get a lot more Pedro Pascal, everybody.
To the delight of Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, the guy's on fucking everything, man.
Well, he's about to be freed up some space because he's about to die in Last of Us 2.
But when? First episode or last episode?
Who knows?
It's going to be a season finale job. Guaranteed.
That's what I think.
No
Or
matter which one it is, he'll be throughout the season in flashbacks. Like
exactly. That was my other thing. He could die in the first one, but he'll be in the whole fucking season in flashbacks, but constant flashbacks. I think the car looks
that's
good.
Nice. That's nice. Yeah, that, like you say, the retro futuristic sort of 1960s vibe with the fins and stuff. It's all very cool.
Because I think this is a police car, isn't it? I think that's the sirens on top.
It could be, yeah.
Oh no, it was going past a. It was going past a thing.
It's a pasta car.
It was going past there. It was kind of going past a.
Oh right, yeah, something else.
Oh right.
So
Gary.
do you think, yeah, it's fucking Dan Gal for there. So with you guys obviously know the comics better than I do. Were they written in the 60s, but they're kind of set in like the present or our present day, like the turn of the century sort of thing. So it's like their idea of what the future would look like. That's why everything's a bit.
Well, it's Kirby, and Kirby's known for his, if you know Kirby's kind of work, it is kind of that big, bold, colorful, future retro kind of.
Because I wonder,
he's leaning into that. I think it's very much leaning into the Kirby-esque element of it.
Yeah, because as much as something like Batman was like the 1930s idea of what the year 2000 would look like. I wonder if this is, meant to be in the present day, technically in this multiverse. It's just they've developed along a completely different track. That's why
I think that's what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
sorry for stating the obvious there.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness to them, good, because we don't want another universe that just looks the fucking same. As every other universe, and maybe going to stop off. Maybe this is the universe that has the exposition store.
Yeah, the memory store. Yeah,
yeah. So if it ever gets ropey, they can just stop by and have an exposition dump to tell us what's going on.
This does show you the possibilities, though, if you have a little bit of imagination. Like, imagine Doctor Strange had gone to a place like this.
Yeah,
in Multiverse of Madness. Wouldn't that have been cool?
Multiverse of Madness sucked on that regard. Like, did nothing with its premise.
Oh, I hate that fucking film. I hated it.
Fucking terrible.
Galactus.
There he is.
Do we get
finally
the shadow? Yeah, the shadow of Galactus going over Manhattan.
And he's played by Ralph Ineson, right? Is the name?
Ralph Innes. Yeah, Ralph Ineson.
Ineson, yeah. That's a voice that you need for.
That's just like the top-notch casting to me, anyway. Like it's like ooh, yeah, okay, that should work.
I hope he keeps his accent though. Hey up, lads! I'm here to destroy your world.
Name's Galactus. Come fuck you up. He's got such unique voice.
Mm-hmm.
He's great. He's a pleasure. He's a pleasure to watch in every movie.
I mean, it might be a small version of Galactus, but
Galactus changes sizes, right? Doesn't Galactus change sizes?
Yeah. So this is he walks the earth type of size. He's going to pancake Statue of Liberty.
Probably.
Yeah, he can change size. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, at least it looks like fucking Galactus. It's not a smoke cloud like in the other fantastic.
Oh, the era of shame. They were like, can't be showing Galactus. He's too much of a goofball. Got to do a. That was such a sad sort of like, what? You guys had plenty of the goofy stuff. You didn't think you could pull off Galactus? Just do what they always do, which looks like what they've done here is just darken all the colors, but keep the costume, please.
Yeah, because those early 2000s Fantastic Four movies, they were not exactly like hardcore serious.
No. Like, they really thought a fucking fart cloud was going to do better than Galactus himself.
Oh, I know. But there again, Parallax was a fucking fart cloud in Green Lantern as well.
My God. I remember that movie.
do we have a Silver Surfer in this one as well?
Oh, it's a Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfette.
It's the female Silver Surfer. Yeah. But the Josh Trank one, they didn't even say Fantastic Four.
Oh
Remember
yeah, at the end
how
he
it
says
ended?
like, "This is pretty fantastic," and then he says, "Say that again."
We could be the fantastic. Cut to credits.
There was a lot of creative choices made in that movie. That's for sure.
Mhm.
Well, a lot of them weren't his because the point where you get the wig, you know, you're just like Sue Storm suddenly wearing a wig, you're like, oh.
You can imagine everyone's heart sinking when it's like, right, we need to bring you back for reshoots, and then she's like shaved her head. Like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
I got another role. I've had to shave my head, but you know, cut my hair.
I still don't get. They're like the richest fucking people ever. You can make a good wig. Couldn't match it with what you saw in the movie, really?
Dude, they went to Spirit and got that fucking wig.
Yeah,
You know?
I think they were just like no fucks given at that point. It's like, just get this thing made, get it out there.
But yeah, that ending was definitely, as you would say, more. It's definitely one of those. Whoa, hold up. What did you just say again?
It's a funny meme. People do it all the time with all kinds of things.
Say that again.
Say that again.
As a family.
Well.
There they are. Like I say, man, like they're accurate to the comic books, but I don't know how general audiences are going to take to this.
Yeah. Kind of, like I said, kind of confused by why they wanted to spend so much time on food. We didn't see any Reed Richards doing any kind of stretching or anything like that. They're going to hold off on certain elements because we did see, you know, obviously Ben Grimm's the thing. We did see Johnny Storm, and
maybe there is some wonky CG and they haven't fixed it yet, and maybe some of it is the stretching.
The stretching seems like the kind of thing that would be difficult to pull off and not make it look ridiculous.
Hey man, you know, 2000s one is
yeah, we all remember the dance scene.
The dance scene. Oh wow, God, you can't get away from that, can you? That was bad. But no, I kind of like, I love the costume. I like the retro costume stuff. I like the futuristic look. And I thought the CGI actually did look pretty tight, which it hasn't for a while. But in terms of grabbing me, this is going to be a really interesting film. Needs to work on that. It needs to work on that.
You know what was interesting though? I didn't get any MCU vibes from it, which is kind of a rarity these days from Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't anything overtly, oh my God, this looks blah, 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 or blah, blah, blah. It was just, you know, kind of matter of fact. That's what trailers are there for. I mean, we'll see. We've only got 6 months left to wait.
Can't wait.
We will find out. But it's weird that they've waited so close to the release to get the first teaser. Yeah. Normally we get the first teaser almost like a year out, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this on Open Bar last week. I think it was like, God, we're actually getting pretty close to this movie coming out, and we've barely heard a thing about it. Barely seen anything. And yeah,
well, there was that other teaser.
They had to get this out now.
The trailer, the like TV spot one came out the day before. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, well, it's the one I was making fun of on Twitter for the laughter. You didn't see that one? That was the one that like it was a bunch of kids running up to see Fantastic Four on the TVs and stuff. Which I was just annoyed that they used such terrible fucking audio mixing and spamming that stock sound, and I apparently made some people angry as though they were like, wow, you'll just pick on anything to hate on the MCU. And I was like, it has nothing to do with the MCU. I just hate that stock sound. Which, you know, whoever made that TV spot was lazy as fuck spamming that thing. If you pull it up, you'll know exactly what I mean. You know exactly what sound I'm talking about too.
Yeah, we probably heard it in a million movies.
Oh yeah.
Let me grab your account. Let me have a look. You're not a pro. That's Fallout. Okay, this is Buffy. Oh, here we go. Is this the? Yeah. Here we go. This is the. Let me just pause it there. Let's just bring this up.
Oh my God! Right, 3 times.
Did you see it, chat? I saw it. I saw it, chat. Did you see it? Fucking rainbow.
Really?
Fucking rainbows. Fuck off, rainbows.
There it is
Oh, wow,
again.
that's four times.
Yeah, I think I was actually up the ball with it. Yeah.
Yes, there's one there.
One here. Yeah.
One there.
There's one.
There's the other one when they run up to the window.
There's another.
Yep. That's 4 there. And then
Yeah, that's 3 now, isn't it? That's 3.
no, it's 4, I think. This is
Hold on, let's go.
all right. We got good. One.
Yeah. 2.
2. 3.
3. Is that 4 there?
That's a muted one, so I'm
No,
gonna give
it's a
that
new
4.
one, but I think it's the same thing. That's 4. 5.
Like, dude, they're so lazy.
Right.
I mean, I know TV spots, which is like a trailer for a trailer. Like they don't get a huge amount of attention, but Jesus, you're a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah. Can you?
Just try a little bit.
I can imagine it's like it was given to some guy on like a Friday afternoon. Like, hey Larry, put us together a TV spot. Like, oh God,
I've
fine.
only got the one
Stock
children
sound
laughing stock sound though, Bill.
I'd have to renew my
It's
license.
either this
for
or
more
the
than that.
Wilhelm. So it's either or.
Well, yeah, it's funny. Some people are like, I bet you'd hate the Wilhelm scream too. I was like, I would if they played it 5 times in a row within 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's a meme, but yeah, 5 times. Yeah, as well as it is 65 times in 15 seconds.
The
That's
thing
pretty
about
impressive.
that children laughing stock sound has always sounded odd to me. Like weird, quite off representation of children. Like I feel like they almost didn't record it from children, that they devised it in some lab. Because I don't know who decided that was the best children laughing stock sound, but it's fucking everywhere.
No, I think it probably more like they went to individual children and like screamed at them like laugh, and then they each do like a terrified laugh, and then they composite them together into that.
Well, as someone was saying, it's like, what do you expect them to do? They can't make real children laugh. Poor Disney. How are they going to do that? They have to rely on these stock sounds.
As ever, the one trailer comes out and you gotta get a group of it. This is gonna be the best Marvel film ever.
The hype circuit is not broken.
No.
Just like how, dude, the Ahsoka season 2 trailer, if that ever comes out, it'll probably have a fucking Vader in it again, and everyone will go nuts again. And just be like, man, I'm tired.
Well, imagine just like being the mainstream media, right, and just having to be one of those showbiz correspondents and write another article like, oh my God, this is so exciting. It's exactly what the MCU needs. Everyone's going to love this. We're thrilled for X, Y, and Z
We are
characters.
So back. We are so back.
Morley,
Yeah.
it's not going to be Vader in the trailer. Who's it going to be?
Obi-Wan.
It's Obi-Wan Kenobi, because he's going to be in it.
I'm pretty sure him and Hayden are going to fucking be back, and that means they'll bring Vader. They'll just go to that stupid world between worlds place again and just do whatever the hell they want.
Weren't they talking about bringing Natalie Portman back?
Yes.
As Padme as well.
Yes.
And the little girl who played young Ahsoka, she's back as well.
She's better than Rosario Dawson. She's
how could
actually
they
like
not?
got a bit of like personality to her.
How could they not cynically do all of this shit when that episode 5, it was super successful? Like the fucking internet went aflame seeing the flickering Darth Vader. So,
Well,
it's coming back.
It was super successful in terms of social media engagement. It didn't translate into a huge pop in ratings. It did go
absolutely
up.
not. I'm strictly talking about that. That's what Dave Filoni probably saw and was like, "Ooh, I can do this again, and they can like me even more." Yes.
But the reason why she's most likely better, and she was better than Rosario. I like Rosario Dawson, but I don't think she's a good Ahsoka. Is that most people saw that little girl as Ahsoka, and that was more realistic as Ahsoka than Rosario Dawson because of the history of the Clone Wars and Ahsoka being that kind of age, and that's the sort of age that they know Ahsoka for. And then suddenly she's this middle-aged woman that has and again, I like Rosario Dawson, but zero presence or personality or fucking talent.
I mean, she can play her in that sort of format, but she needs to be moving faster and more confident and stronger, and she's not doing it.
I think as being a pretty good actress, she's probably delivering what the director's asking from her. It's just like they're asking for the wrong things. Like,
well, the whole fucking show was dull as hell. So
yeah.
The standout to everybody was Ray Stevenson because he's an amazing actor. So
yeah, and then he died. Like the one good thing about the show, and he's fucking gone.
And he's been recast by
the Hound.
The Hound from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Rory something, I think.
McGrath, is it Rory McGrath?
I can't quite remember his name.
It's McGann.
McGann. Yeah. In any case, it's probably a pretty strong choice, honestly.
Just in case you're wondering, chat, Gary has left his notes for his Fantastic Four reaction, and it is the Fantastic Four trailer. Like the style, like the costume, Pedro Reed sucks. The teaser for the teaser was an embarrassment.
Hey, we watched that too.
We watched that as well. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's weird because when Ahsoka came out, that became the lowest viewed Star Wars show to date. And then we've had and that was the one that got renewed.
What a crazy coincidence that the creative lead of like the story design got his baby to get another fucking season. That's no way.
And a movie.
Of course.
Dave got in the movie as well.
Yeah, I've got the kind of ratings for it. Yeah, like Ahsoka, I think it was just behind Andor, just over 4 billion minutes watched. But then Andor had more episodes and they were considerably longer.
So
they gave it a big advantage. But yeah, trailing way behind Obi-Wan.
I mean, you are correct, but you'd at least offset that with the notion that like Andor gets relatively referenced a lot on the internet, whereas Ahsoka disappeared.
But look at Kenobi. Kenobi was a fucking pathetic show.
Yeah.
Well, that disappeared as well. Like now we don't even.
And there's no talk of a Kenobi season 2.
Even McGregor said he's ready. It's like, let's go.
Yeah. We're not ready for you.
I'll do more, Kenobi. I'll do more. I'm happy to.
I am still blown away by the fact that the Book of Boba Fett did as well as it did. That got crazy ratings.
Yeah.
Over 6 billion minutes watched.
But I remember that didn't the teaser for Book of Boba Fett came after the Luke Skywalker return at the end of season 2?
Book of Boba Fett came right after that. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was this almost optimism about Book of Boba Fett. And sorry, they should have called it the fucking assassination of Boba Fett.
Yes.
The character assassination of Boba Fett.
I was going to try to remind people it was quite well received, the Boba Fett episode of Mandalorian. Season 2 of Mandalorian was liked. I didn't like it, but that's okay.
I quite liked it for the most part. There was a couple of episodes that I thought weren't good, but for the most part, I quite liked it. I liked season 1 a lot, though.
I feel like if people went back and rewatched it now, they wouldn't like it nearly as much.
Probably.
Like at the time, there was just like this, as you say, a bit of a wave of positivity, and the consensus was probably, I think I like it, I guess.
Robert Rodriguez that directed that one, wasn't it?
Yes.
And didn't he get like 19 pages and that was it?
Yeah, for the episode that they didn't have much planned, he was brought in, I think, as like a hired gun to make it work.
But Boba Fett kicked fucking ass in that.
Yes, he did.
And then he became a fucking bender.
Sure.
We just became the Book of Boba Fett. He's a fucking clown.
Yes. Well, the show sucks ass. Everyone does that.
The biggest thing is like he's got his female assistant who essentially does everything for him. Yeah, it's like it might as well have been her show.
I know. Yeah, I mean, I love Ming-Na Wen. Again, I love Ming-Na Wen. I do love her. And I did like her appearance in the Mandalorian show when she got killed and then brought back alive. But yeah, it was just another Disney. We're going to use the male lead. We're going to hook you in with Boba Fett because that's the known brand. And then we're going to turn it into more of her doing all the fucking work and being the fucking competent one and all that kind of shit. Typical fucking Disney.
Didn't Tamura Morrison even come out afterwards and say like, yeah, I thought it was a bit shit and like I wished I'd been given more to do?
He thought that. He also thought it was really unfair that the Mandalorian stole 2 episodes of his show. Which is also true.
Which is right. He's not wrong. Because they were clearly Mandalorian season 3 that never happened episodes.
Yeah.
Because you don't just have a show called Book of Boba Fett and Boba Fett in 2 episodes literally have a 30-second scene, and that's it in one of them.
Imagine running a multi-billion-dollar franchise in this fashion. You know, you're talking about like Rodriguez getting given like 19 pages of script and just being told, I don't know, fucking figure something out, I guess. Like, what, you couldn't give him anything more than that? Like, on this show that you're spending a couple $100 million on making? Really? Like, I'm pretty sure the 3 of us could come up with some scripts in the space of a single weekend.
Well, I do have an answer for you.
Has she gone or is she here? Kathleen Kennedy's employment status is queer.
Apparently,
she will never leave.
Any day now, she's fired. She's leading the board. She's got everyone on her side. Everyone's living in fear, but she's actually out and she's gone. And as soon as her contract runs out, she's going to fucking be fired from the company as soon as she's left off her own accord when her contract.
A better children's stock sound there, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it actually was.
I've resigned myself to the fact that she will still be working at Lucasfilm after we've all died of old age.
Yeah, we check her age is like 206. It's like she's still working there. It's like
hasn't she said she is leaving when her contract runs out in 2026 or whatever it is?
I was under the impression that her contract was supposed to run out in autumn of last year, like around, I don't know, September, October time, and that was when she was originally going to go. I guess it must have got renewed again without it being really publicly declared.
You guys remember Equilibrium?
Mm-hmm.
The leader he's long gone, and they've just got a system set up to pretend to be him
to
continue everything. That's probably what's happening. Or she's an android or an alien. It's one of those.
It's just an interchangeable white liberal brunette. Feminine.
That'd be big for an awesome movie. It's like Kathleen Kennedy. She died centuries ago.
Yeah,
Century.
What? There's been a reanimated corpse ever since. It's a robot. It's a fembot. Kathleen Kennedy. AI Kennedy.
Fembot.
It's
I mean, yeah.
Mr. House. She's Galactus. That wasn't Galactus. That was Kathleen Kennedy in the trailer.
She's basically a perpetual from Warhammer 40k. Like, she won't age, she won't die. She'll just always be there.
She's a dreadnought.
She's in a sarcophagus. So you go into her office and it's this fucking horrific mech thing that just comes at you, like guns blazing.
Yeah. Probably that's actually what she's true.
Like, we have to stop her, and she's like, "I will have my Rey movie, and you cannot stop me."
Do we think that's maybe what she's holding out for? Like, get that Rey movie out the door, because like she knows that if she leaves, that'll get cancelled before you can say fucking girl boss.
Wasn't the
dude, that'd be so funny if she, like, her predecessor, like successor, she's like, make sure you take my ideas forward. They're like, yeah, sure, we'll do, just like you did George.
Wasn't the noise? Wasn't the noise that she wants to leave on a high, and she believes the Rey movie, if it gets like acclaimed, then she'll step away on a high. But right now, her legacy is. I mean, even if the Rey movie did okay, that it wouldn't make up for the absolute fucking destruction of the Star Wars franchise. But I can't even see in any fucking multiverse how an Eartha Rey movie could do any good. It won't.
No.
The only potential
now needs movies to help the IP. The IP is not going to help the movies.
Yeah. And the only potential win for her is the Mandalorian movie, but even I don't think that's even going to do well. I don't think there's enough
people caring about
brand loyalty for that character.
When was it actually announced? The Rey movie with Sinead O'Bey, Chinoy, whatever she's called.
That was at D23 back in 2023, so 2 years ago almost. And
So
they've made no progress in 2 years.
2 years, zero progress.
They were supposed to have been filming last year. So,
Yeah.
generally speaking, within that industry, if a film goes radio silent for 2 years, it's canned.
We've had
canned.
The Ray movie announced with Sinead Obey, fucking hell, stupid bint. And then we've also just recently had a trilogy announced that's going to star Ray. Now, I don't think those two work in unison with each other.
It might be that the character has been ported over to the trilogy instead, and they've abandoned the solo film idea. At this point, who fucking knows?
Thank you. I actually need to buy some. Quilted toilet roll for my precious sphincter.
Talking about Star Wars just made you think about shitting.
Yeah, it just made me think about fucking wiping my ass full of shit. Because that's what Star Wars does nowadays. But I think the Charmaine movie's dead. I think that's absolutely dead. I don't even believe that a Rey trilogy is going to get made. I don't believe that. Or if Rey's in it, she's going to be the most minor of minor characters. Playing an Obi-Wan Kenobi role, nobody fucking wants that. Nobody gives a fuck.
Oh, God, no.
I think Whitney seems like a nice lass. But the Rey character, it's nobody fucking likes that character.
Yeah.
Did you guys see I think I saw Disbrew sharing it, the latest from Brie Larson.
Yeah.
That was fascinating, wasn't it? That's what
someone's learned their lessons, haven't they?
Neo dodges bullets in the Matrix, she was.
We speculated this was happening, and now we've got like complete confirmation. She is absolutely not interested in damaging her public image ever again.
I think it's possibly too late for that.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, you know.
I mean, it's like she's learned her lesson. She probably learned it about 5 years too late, but yeah.
She should tell Rachel Zegler.
I know I've said often that there's like I call it the Jennifer Lawrence effect, where like an actress will get like a great deal of success relatively quickly. They start to get a little bit full of themselves, and then they kind of crash and burn because they say all the wrong things and people dislike them. So Jennifer Lawrence took about 5 or 6 years to go through that. Brie Larson kind of speedrun it in like 2 or 3 years, and then Rachel Zegler did it in the space of like 6 months.
Wow, yeah,
they're getting faster and faster.
Well, what's funny as well about Jennifer Lawrence's one, her quote was fucking insane to her own like team. If you remember, right? Like she's like, "Oh, we spearheaded the action like of protagonist for a female in Hunger Games, whatever." It's like, are you insane? What universe?
But the thing is, she was effectively. Yeah, she was effectively irrelevant by that point anyway. Like she'd already dropped out of favor, and she'd been making loads of like comments about sexism in Hollywood and the pay gap and everything, and like ignoring the fact that like actors are paid what they're worth, and she probably wasn't worth that much because she never actually headlined a major box office success outside of the Hunger Games. But that's something people conveniently forget about her. But yeah, if you look at Brie Larson's career trajectory, she's done nothing in 6 years.
This is Drew's tweet. Hats off to Brie. She seems to have finally realized the press exists solely to bait her into saying something stupid. So now she stonewalls their entrapment. So here's the first one. Was bluntly asked why she believed men felt threatened by her casting as Captain Marvel, which we all know is complete bait. According to all three, Larson blankly answered, "I don't know. I don't pay attention." Pushing, she asked if it was Larson's way of dealing with the misogyny. It's
so funny because this reporter was just not taking no for an answer. They were fucking determined to get their quote from her.
His saying, "I don't know," they're like, "No, that's not what I want."
Yeah, come on, say something about feminism.
Bree says, "What I would like you to see is that by continuing this conversation, you are putting me in connection with something that has nothing to do with me." That's actually a really good answer. That's a Henry Cavill level of answer when somebody calls, fans toxic or something.
I think Henry Cavill tends to do it in a nicer way, where like he's able to spin it into something like quite charming and like praising the fans. Like, I don't think she quite has the charisma.
Yeah,
and the
this feels a little bit
personality
colder and a lot more insecure, like a fear of what's about to happen if she says the wrong thing.
I mean,
Cavill seems completely
how Henry's
confident.
answered it though. We're unfortunately just reading the words, so we don't know how she presented this. When asked whether Larson believed female superheroes are seen as an aberration due to Hollywood's past pigeonholing of actresses, oh my God, Larson correctly assessed, "I don't think there is a way for me to answer that without it becoming a problem for me." Which again is a really good answer.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Know
if,
how
like
to solve this problem. You get in a movie and you get your tits out.
That's the solution. What about men? What are men supposed to do? Get a cock.
That is the solution to Brie Larson's problems. Suddenly, she will be beloved overnight by men everywhere. That's what she needs to do. But it is crazy that we are. All we're hearing from fucking Lucasfilm is this is a project, and then that's it. Then a couple of year passes, and here's a project. Here's another project. What about the project you announced before? Don't worry about that project. We don't want to talk about that project. But there's this project.
Say what you want about Marvel, but at least when they announce things, they actually make them. Sometimes they delay them. Like they've delayed Ironheart about as long as humanly possible, but it is coming out.
This way, it's coming.
Yeah. But Lucasfilm, it's like, man, you realize like every time you announce something like this and then do nothing with it, like you just completely erode people's faith in you. And then no one's going to take you seriously when you announce anything now.
Ironheart was finished in January of 2023.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So it's been in the can for 2 years.
It's been rotting since January of 2023.
They know they've got a gigantic turd on their hands with that. They know that show was made in a very different cultural climate, and it is not going to play well now.
It's like Echo, isn't it? It's like, let's just get it out and don't talk about it. I think
so. Yeah, I don't know what their plans are, but if I was them, I'd release it all in one go and just shit it out.
Can you remember anything about Echo? I know that she lost a leg due to a pane of glass from a window from the 80s.
That was hilarious.
When a car crashed.
I remember the actress couldn't act.
Yeah. She reversed Kingpin's childhood trauma by giving him generational echo power bullshit, made him cry. That shit was beyond insulting.
Yeah,
that's something I remember.
Because she'd shot Kingpin in the face at point blank range in Hawkeye, and then he just kind of got better.
Yeah,
which is impressive.
I thought you were dead. I was.
But don't you think it's quite funny?
It's not good enough for me then.
You know that thing that happened in the show nobody watched? Yeah, it didn't happen. We don't care. We literally just don't care anymore.
Well, they're I think in Daredevil they're disregarding his relationship with She-Hulk. I'm pretty sure they just straight up came out and said, "No, that was fucking retarded. Let's never talk about that again."
Well, is it?
Where's she?
But is it still canon though?
What, the show or just the relationship?
Or is it? Well, so to be specific, I'm asking, like, are they considering it like an Elseworld multiversal shit flinging nonsense, or
it'll be a soft rewrite where they like just never acknowledge it again and hope that we all forget about it.
Well, haven't they removed She-Hulk from the banner now and replaced it with Deadpool?
Yeah,
she's gone from the banner.
That's so funny. Who replaced it? Was it Deadpool? I think.
Yeah, Deadpool.
Yeah, it was.
Deadpool's replaced her. He should
obviously has more reason to be there than her.
Yeah. Streaming show about an alcoholic whore that nobody watched.
Now you've got my attention, as.
By the way, yeah, I make that show sound way better by that than it actually was. Or movie that made $1.4 billion at the box office. Which should they go with?
Yeah, they need to treasure Daredevil. Oh, sorry, no, Deadpool, because that is the last big success they're going to have for quite a
To be
while.
honest, Daredevil too.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I mean, I'm not looking for. I am. Well, I'm hoping for this Daredevil season. I really am.
Yeah,
I really would want it to be very good.
I am braced for the worst, but hoping for the best.
Yeah, the problem is that the first few episodes apparently are the old episodes before some of the old episodes before they got the kibosh on it, and then it's meant to be the back half of the season that's the strong half of the season. So
because I don't think he even puts on the outfit until like episode 4.
Yeah, something like that.
That's a bit of a slow burn right there.
All eyes will be on this thing. It's going to be tough to please everyone on this one.
Yeah.
I got
to rewatch the original show ahead of it, or
I started watching season 1 a little while ago, and it was so fucking good.
So, I mean, I kind of want to rewatch it to get ready.
I'm worried about taking a couple of cope pills while watching this.
You mean like it might trick you with its nostalgisms?
Yeah.
And
I just
gotta be careful.
I know.
Yeah, because watching the trailer, seeing the original cast back together again and just hanging out, it's like, that just warms my heart. Look at them walking down the street together. It's nice.
Yeah. Are we going to see Foggy Agent as S.H.I.E.L.D.? There was an old Daredevil comic where it used to have Foggy Agent as S.H.I.E.L.D. That'd be pretty cool. God, remember that show?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., yeah. There was a lot of weird stuff.
Because that was a Whedon show as well, wasn't
it? Started off that way, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember Agent Carter?
Yeah, I watched the 2 seasons of that.
I kind of wish I hadn't watched season 2 because it was a bit shit. But
it was a bit
I watched
shit.
The first season and thought it was okay.
It was okay, yeah.
I mostly watched for Haley Atwell, but
Yeah, hell yeah, that was fucking. Maybe that was evidence that they had these huge plans for her. Didn't work out because the show didn't work out, and now they're reigniting those big plans because she's going to be back again for the 2 Avengers movies, right?
Is she?
Apparently so. At least
so, yeah.
One of them.
Is that just because her star's on the rise again after like Mission Impossible? So
no
kind of like
idea why. I assume it might just be because of the fact that she's a really good actress, and that's like girl Captain America at that point, isn't it? So you can use it for all kinds of shit.
Yeah. Oh my god, I never watched Inhumans. Did any of you watch Inhumans?
No, but that's where Black Bolt was, right?
Yeah, and they had Medusa, and they didn't like cut Medusa's hair off in the first episode or second episode or something.
I don't know about any of that.
Because apparently, probably the CGI was too expensive to do Medusa's hair all the time, so they just cut her hair off, so she couldn't use her hair. It was in the first episode. They cut Medusa's hair off in the first episode. Holy fucking shit!
Are you excited for Thunderbolts? As
fuck yeah!
Oh god, I would rather shove my head up my own ass. I really would. That
live stream it, please.
Boogie's probably done it already or attempted it.
The trailers look atrocious. I mean, fucking atrocious. And apparently Marvel are like, oh, we're quite actually happy about Thunderbolts. But this is the group of people that said we're pretty happy about Agatha. We think it's going to be a good one. That was a fucking pile of dog shit. No, I think the trailers have been fucking diabolical, and I want them all to die.
You want the trailers to die?
Oh, we're talking about, okay. All right. Yes, not the actors or anything like that.
You want the trailers to die in Minecraft.
The characters in Minecraft.
Why do people keep acting like Yelena is like a real big deal? And
she's not. She's fucking nothing.
She's like a discount fucking Scarlett
Johansson. She's more of a deal than the other 13 women that they've introduced.
She's a derivative character of a character whose movie was fucking garbage because they'd made the wrong fucking movie. The Black Widow, it should have been Black Widow and Hawkeye, and it should have been them. When they had their
it should have been. Yeah, it should have been at least a 15. It should have been made after Winter Soldier, and it should have capitalized on her huge momentum as a character that she had at the time.
Yeah, and
instead they released it after she's fucking dead. Yes.
We should have had Hawkeye hunting Black Widow as a member of the Red Room in Budapest. That was the movie, and him kind of saving her. But that's just it. They can't have a man save a woman. That's my sexism, my patriarchy, my fucking bollocks.
Well, if you remember back then, I'm pretty sure it was Perlmutter who said it wasn't quite viable to have like a Black Widow movie. That's why they pushed it forward. Remember, Wonder Woman is the thing that made them go, "Oh fuck,
yes."
Like we could have had women this whole time.
It seems obvious in retrospect, though. It's like you've got Scarlett Johansson, who was pretty much at the height of her fame then, like proper like top tier A-list actress. Why wouldn't you make use of her and give her her own movie?
Oh yeah, dude. Especially if you scale down the budget, which they could have done for sure.
Yeah,
easily. Yeah, not everything has to be about the end of the world.
50 million, a nice gritty fucking spy / action film in Budapest. You know, Black Widow's doing a Black Widow shit, fucking trying to assassinate who she's trying to assassinate. Hawkeye's trying to stop her. All the the shenanigans happen that make him kind of turn her. It was set up. I mean, they actually did fucking set it up in Avengers and stuff. And so oh god, it was just such a fucking annoying thing. That Black Widow film is a fucking abortion.
Her headbutting that table though to break her own nose will never not be funny.
Oh, fucking hell.
Fucking Dreykov, it's like, you can't goad me into showing you all my plans. Now pay attention because I'm going to show you all my plans.
Dude, he had the "you can't touch me" pheromones.
Dude,
you can't touch me because I have the pheromones. I mean, you can't. Oh, well, just shoot him then.
His core, ultimate based motivation of "there's too many women."
I hate women, so I'm going to start an organization of women who go around
surround me with women.
Fucking retard. And fucking what a waste of fucking Ray Winston.
Yes, Ray Winston. You can do all kinds of shit with him, but oh well. Oh my.
Fucking brilliant actor. Absolutely brilliant. You got him doing this fucking derpy shit.
It was really
ass
cool seeing him in
scene as well, where she takes her helmet off. It's like a CGI
Yeah.
head.
Oh, yeah, and the shoulders just go.
It was cool seeing him in The Gentleman. He was good in that.
Yeah.
I swear to God, the most base thing I saw about that film was when the body double for Taskmaster, who's a man, who does a lot of stunt work, posted, "Hi, I'm the fucking stunt actor that did Taskmaster," to show everyone that it was a fucking man the whole time.
Well, that's the thing is, they do that anyway, not just for Taskmaster. Like all the women in the MCU get a lot of. Like I said, I noticed it with the Marvels. The bad guy in that had a male stunt.
Oh, come on. Like anytime any kind of physical stuff has to be done, like anytime you're going to get thrown around or you're going to get, bounced off a wall or whatever, it's always a stunt double.
Oh, well,
like,
sure. There are always stunt
like,
doubles, but you'd expect
them the right
female
set.
stunt double.
Yeah.
But they couldn't do a female stunt double with Task Manager because of the fact that the shoulders
Task Manager.
don't look. It's
Mora went through every permutation of that name in his review.
What did he go to? End task.
Task Mistress, Task. There's loads of them.
Remember when they broke down the awful CGI in the bit where Yelena like blows up Dreykov's Quinjet thing, and it's like the wind is blowing smoke in the wrong direction, and like everything could possibly be wrong about it is.
It's simply horrendous.
Yeah, that's not how explosions work when you're stood right next to them. You fucking absolute window lickers. It was such an abysmal. But that's the great news though. Both Yelena and fucking Task Schlong are going to be in Thunderbolts. And
so it's Red Guardian
and Red Guardian. Yeah.
That was a shock in Black Widow, where it's like the intro to that movie, he's like a completely different character from the goofy fucking fat clown that he is for the rest of the movie. Like that's a guy who's actually like a smart, organized undercover agent.
Yeah, the intro gives you a very different sense of what you're getting with that character.
I mean, when they filmed that, did they just have a completely different movie in mind, and then they did rewrites or something afterwards?
You got to think it's reshoots. I mean, it did go through to reshoots, and it. Oh, yeah, and John Walker did nothing wrong. at all.
Well, that's actually probably. I know it sounds stupid. But that's probably my biggest worry about Thunderbolts is they ruin Walker. They're going to make him.
Oh, he'll be the token joke guy. Like him and Red Guardian. Like they'll be the ones who just fuck up everything and need to be constantly rescued.
God, I hate this fucking timeline.
It's not a good one.
I don't know how many times I've said it. Right, let's get into some super duperies. Hunter Dovrak with a $10 says, "Howdy, Az, Mauler, and Drinker.
Howdy.
Hope all is well with Gary. Mauler, when does the EFAT comedy arc begin? I so hope you guys did Life of Brian, History of the World, Part 1, and Top Secret."
So, we've had some delays. You know, it happens here and there. Different people can't make different things, and that's okay. And
it's my fault.
Similarly to the War arc, you know, with that one took like 4 years to actually come out. This one was much faster. We're hoping. The problem is everybody's doing things, so it's really hard to get it all together. But we really, really want to get it done to the point where we can start. The thing is, if I start releasing it now, there is a good chance that we'll run out before. So I really don't want that to happen. Instead of it being like a complete run. So what can I say? We're doing everything we can to get as much of it done as fast as we can with all the people to be there. And some of your favorites have already been done. I was quite happy with. We've already announced some of them, but like Dodgeball was a huge amount of fun. So I look forward to that one going out. But we have plans to definitely do some more of the ones that you would absolutely expect and want to be in the arc. Don't you worry.
Martino with a 10 Swiss says, hello Martino. If Batman had a parrot with a $10 says, for all we all know Fantastic Four is going to be more Marvel trash. We knew CGI would be ass. I haven't been excited for it one bit, but that trailer made me feel things. Superman trailer did not.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, those Superman trailers have done fucking nothing for me so far. Name that I'll never be able to pronounce that's Polish with a 10 Poles says, my gran and aunt died 2 days apart. Get well, Gary. Oh, dude, that's
jeez.
Kim Husby with a 33-month Witcher says, hey, Az, when will we see you on Piers Morgan with Gary and Drinker? Probably not this lifetime.
Admit it, it's not Piers Morgan, it's us. You just hate us, don't you?
It is. I mean, well, rumbled, got him. Greatest with the 5 Canadian says, finally watch The Batman, and that intro is one of the greatest superhero scenes of all time. Absolute banger. It's a good start. It is a good start.
Yeah, I love the start.
It's not that bad. I watched it again recently, about a month ago. Probably November. I watched it in November again, and it's a decent film. It's a fine film right up until Act 3. You know, when they capture the Riddler, that's it. Then it just all goes to shit.
Dude, so much the investigatory parts and just how Batman is kind of a dumbass annoys me though in the parts coming up to it. His absolute, you know, some people say like, well, hey, he's starting up. That's why he's less subtle. He's less stealthy. He's more like he's a fist earlier on. He's going to develop out of it. And I was like, there's a difference between being aggressive and being retarded. Like the way he approaches a lot of situations, and just watching him get a fucking bomb blow up in his face when he knew it was going to happen and doesn't do much at all to account for it. Watching him headbutt the bridge when he was flying away from Gotham PD, you know, like there's loads of little things that keep happening. And I was just like, it's making me really hard to think. Like it's making it really hard to take him as an intimidating force. But there's some bits that work really well, I guess, as well throughout. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, the ones that always stuck in my head was like the you know, like the big clue being the house that is just a bit far away from the Iceberg Lounge.
Yeah,
that's where the Riddler is. It's like that was a clue you had from the beginning with the photos.
Yeah,
that's insane. The fact that the whole movie could have been solved if you just thought like, hey, these pictures would have been taken with a camera.
Yes.
So
who took these photos?
Where would it have been taken from? Just a simple detective thing. So, yeah, I wasn't particularly impressed with the detective portions, and that's a lot of the middle section of the film.
Yeah,
but I love the way the film looks, and I like Colin Farrell's performance.
Yeah, Colin Farrell.
Well, it gave us Penguin. So
yeah,
that's nice.
Might not get any more, but what we got was great. Oh God, I had a whole thing set up. Never mind.
But I'm inclined to agree with you as the second, third act is rough. And I still don't to this day understand Riddler's plan. Yes.
Neither do I. I have no. It's weird. Weird. Kim hugged me again with a 15 Norwegian says, just saw Shutter Island for the first time. Morley, have you done an EFAP on that movie before? Also, hello, As Drinker und Gary. How y'all doing? I'm doing good. Thank you, Kim.
Which movie was that? Sorry?
Shutter Island.
Oh, no, we haven't. But I could totally see Fringy and Rags wanting to do something on that eventually. And I do quite love Shutter Island. I think it's awesome.
Yes, I think it's a good film. I really enjoyed it. And now it's got Mark Ruffalo in it, hasn't it?
It does. It does indeed.
Once upon a time, he could act. The Pally Dan with a $5 says, hi all. Gary and Drinker. Gary's not here, but Drinker is. Did y'all see that you two got a shout out from Virginia delegate Nick Fuentes in his short on Goonies 2 yesterday?
No. I mean, okay.
Jeez. Can he take it? He can keep it, I think.
Yeah, it's like,
hey, Nick,
I'm doing okay.
Fucking hell. That's the last thing you want. LK with a $10 says, I can do this one on here now. We've moved over to the thing. You need to look at the posters, the Marvel X account. The Marvel X account posted this morning in coordination with the trailer. Disney is up to its old tricks. Every poster is female dominant. Let's have a look at the Marvel.
Oh dear.
The Marvel Twitter account. What, Marvel Studios Twitter account? Let's have a look. That one isn't. They're 4 of the individual people. That one isn't. That one isn't. That one isn't. That one isn't. Can't go with you on this one. I'll show the chat. So just doesn't look.
By the
like
way, as people are pointing out in chat, it's a guy called Nick Freitas, apparently.
Oh, Nick,
not Nick Fuentes.
That changes everything.
That changes the dynamic somewhat.
I was going to say that first one's just like, nah, we're good, thanks. That's definitely not female dominated.
What is wrong with fucking Pedro Pascal? Like, someone get him up.
That's not female dominated. That's not, and that's not. I don't know what you're saying that we're not. But I don't see anything there, dude. I don't see anything there. Joe the Uber Geek with a £5 says, look forward to the part of the Fantastic Four film where Mr. Fantastic gets arrested by ICE for illegally being in our dimension. Maybe. Big Chain with the $5 says, God bless you guys and bless Gary and his family, whatever may be happening. Much love, gentlemen. Well, as Gary said himself, unfortunately, there has been a death in the family, and so him and Melissa have gone to sort that out. So nothing but love for Gary. LC Lapin with a $5 says, Hell real busy. In case you hadn't heard it yet, go watch funniest Snow White trailer comments as a song, not just hilarious and banger as well. We did see it last week on the show. We got a copyright hit for it. Fair enough. It's actually their content. So I had to cut it out, but we actually did it on the show last week.
It's pretty
But it's great. If you haven't seen it, check it out. GJJ's been a member for 35. Thank you. Mikey Gustler's been a member for 22. Thank you, Mikey. Griffin is all with a $10 says, it only took one sentence for me to hate Pedro as Reed. Also, people are going to complain about Thing CGI, but his voice bugs me more. I did like the style, but overall very meh. I think that's fair.
I think
that's a fair assessment. I didn't like the voice of the Thing at all.
I didn't have an issue with the CGI for him, though. I think he looked fine.
When he's in the trench coat with the hat, which is a look that they've done, that's awesome. It kind of looked like he was squished comparative to when he was in the kitchen, and I just don't know if that is the angles or whatever, but it kind of looked, his CGI seemed to be all over the place in different scenes. Mikey Gessler with a $10 says, Mola, you need to get the gang together and do an EFAP on the oh my god, and do an EFAP movies on Emilia Perez. It was one of the most bizarre movies I've seen. Bring on Az, Jay Longbone, Drinker, Gary, Platoon for your viewing.
We can do that, yeah, if everyone wants to.
It's definitely an experience.
I would be.
Yeah, maybe I'll do it
that
further down the road so that you guys can have some recovery time from having watched it already.
It's
I haven't seen it yet. I just saw Gary's video, and that in itself made me die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, what Gary presents there is a pretty accurate assessment of the plot. It's pretty absurd.
Bradley Scott has been a member for 4 months. Says EFAP 2025 movie arc announcement when?
This is why I just try not to talk about anything. I feel bad. The thing is, it's in a unique position in terms of like there are things that are good to go, but there are several other things that are not, and we haven't recorded all of them yet. So it's not we don't be able to complete it as fast as we wanted to, but obviously we can't. I don't want to be like releasing shit before it's done. That's the thing we've stuck by forever, and we're going to continue to. And we're very excited to show you the whole set once they're done, and until they're done. That's all I can say.
Fair enough. Far Right Finlay's been a member for 33 months. Thank you. DB with the £2 says hashtag Az was right. Effing pronouns. Saw you on Asman. Yeah. Complete bald victory, mate.
Congratulations on the bold victory, man.
Thank you. I will take complete.
Some have even called it a regular victory, but they'd be wrong.
They'd be wrong. It's a bold victory. I just want to know when I'm going to call out Asman Gold right now. I want to know when Asman's going to join us in the sun. In the sun. When are you going to join us in the sun?
I think it's becoming more inevitable with each passing year. There's less and less to work with up there.
I mean, fucking people in glass houses are going to shut up right now. Mikey Gosler with a $10 says, video recommendation for EFAP. Screen Crush released a video called The Star Wars Sequel Trilogy Actually Makes Sense. Says they are better than the prequels, and Rey and Kylo have the best lightsaber fight.
Which one?
The 15 that they had. that she won all 15 of.
No.
Ay. Ray Gonzalez with a $5 says RIP to Gary's family member. May they find peace with the Lord. God bless you, sir. Ministry of Wrong Think with a $5 says, when did Idris Elba convert to Judaism? I heard, I keep hearing he wants people to cut their tips off. But hold on. Yeah,
I don't know what to say about the stupid knife discourse.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's like look pretty.
It's like
you could tell by the way
there. It's like, can we invent knives that aren't sharp? It's like
he even in the clip realizes how fucking stupid it is as a statement. He knows it's stupid. Why even?
William Jones with a $50.
Oh my god! You okay?
What was that?
I went there. Yeah,
you went there.
I mean, you really swung for the fences with that one.
Sorry, drink coast is a little bit better for you. It's coast.
That's lovely.
I feel threatened now.
A Garryless show. This isn't going to go off the rails at all, right?
Nice.
Oh my god, this is started on time and been completely structured.
Yeah.
He's probably just go fuck off. Zeke's on with a membership for 33 months. Thank you, Zeke. And Vec with the $5 says classic IGN game journos always going for the back door instead of being up front. Giggity. Stephen De Leon with the $5 says Drinker's last name isn't Wallace. Very disappointing. Mauler loves Interstellar and Az loves whole wheat disc sandwiches.
Disc? It clearly says
That's
dick.
not what it's.
Fine. Dick.
Try to escape.
Don't you
I
try
saw
and
what I
dodge
wanted to see.
Yeah.
Interstellar bored the shit out of me. Daddy Magic with a $10 says, happy birthday, Az. How does it feel to be 3 years older than Patrick Stewart in TNG season 1? Dude, when I turned 47 and I was the same age as Patrick Stewart when he did the first season, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, where's your Enterprise, huh?
Because when I was a kid, I was younger than Wesley. Now I'm older than fucking Patrick Stewart.
That's generally how aging works. It goes in one direction.
Are you sure?
Once I was 10, then a year later I was 11.
What the fuck happened?
No, fuck off. It's fucking bullshit. Fuck it.
Stupid time.
Nonsense is what it is.
We've had Gary Gary texts me. Nick Freitas, not the okay, I can't say the next line. I nearly did a fucking Anchorman then. I nearly just read what was in front of me. But not the other one. Gary said not the other one. Okay. Marksman of 117B with a $2 says W for bald power, fear the shiny head. Amen. Ooh. The Hidden B23 with a $5 says, I have to say, as a very casual gamer, I recently started playing Kingdom Come 1 and have actually been enjoying learning a game that's hard. Yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game. Mm-hmm. Father Christopher Miller with a 28-month membership. Thank you, dear father. And Eric Brown with a 19-month membership. Thank you. And Vec with a $2 says, Wizard of the Coast handprints all over Veilguard cast and writing. Yeah. Wizard of the Coast, Critical Role, all the same fucking thing. Crap.
Just before you go on, I did see about a comment there from Slianka saying Patrick Stewart was 130 years old when he was born, which I love.
He's from my neck of the woods. He's from my neck of the woods,
isn't he?
You know? Yeah, West Yorkshire lad. So he's actually from my neck of the woods. Yeah. So there's a lot more that we have in common apart from being old and bald. Stevie GOVO with a 3-month. Grand Wazoo 42 with a 46-month. Best name I can think of with a 33-month. JWT 6577 with a 23-month. And Heartbreak Ridge with a 24-month membership. Thank you to all of you wonderful peeps. Ministry of Ron Think again with the $2 says Assassin's Creed Shadows has pre-orderable in-game currency. Fuck that shit.
Ew.
Fuck that shit. Darth Gavel with the $2 says, for fuck's sake, cancel Wizards of Hasbro. Amen. They're doing it themselves. Hasbro are in all kinds of trouble right now. All kinds of trouble. Neil Horn with the $5 says, as what's it like to consistently win? It's the only way. It's the only thing I know. It's the only thing I know. Do you ever get bored with winning so much? Not really. So it's a way of life. And here's some money for new toys. Thank you. Always willing to buy new toys. Posted some toys on TwitTwat last couple of days. Ulysses Valawendluda with a 10-month that says, I was watching EFAP last night and I got the munchies. Then they started talking about Boogie's third belly when I was eating. Thanks for that, Mauler.
We're only trying to help people. No, because Rags was talking about the nature of, like, I think how it would. Yeah, we're talking about like how skin works, whether or not it's stretching. Normal EFAP conversation. And Rags was saying, like, Boogie, how much his skin would come back if he lost all the weight. And then I was saying to him, yeah, but he's already got several sacks of bellies under his belly.
Yeah,
he showed it in the documentary. So I think the skin it's a lost cause for Boogie. Like, it's that ain't stretching back. That's done. It's
But
you'd have to get like several yards of it like removed.
Yeah, that's just it. If he decided to actually lose the weight, get himself to a weight that he wanted to remain at, then had skin removal surgery, I would rather have a scar than
oh sure,
or that hang that he would have.
Because beyond the
and
aesthetics, like it probably interferes with your ability to move around.
There's that, but there's also something that I think a lot of people don't realize. There's a weight to a lot of excess skin that if you drop it off, it's just a huge bonus as well.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in danger of doing another fat tangent like this.
You mean Drinker been doing lots of fat?
Every time it comes up, we just like get absorbed into it and start talking about it for the next 20 minutes.
Dude, doing those boogie EFAPs was some of the greatest internet I've ever done in my life. Really were.
Glad to have you. I think they are considered like some of the best EFAPs ever now. So
yeah, I think. What's the next? Hasn't his missus just recently left him?
Oh, it's all
really?
lies. All of it is lies.
Is it the show?
Every single thing you ever hear, it's all a lie. The latest one is he's gay. But the only reason Keemstar's done it just to see if it'll garner some attention. Yeah.
Are they still doing the Log Cow podcast then?
Yeah. To be fair, I don't know if this is botted or whatever, but like they get between like 4 and 6K on average or something live viewers. So I don't know what the fuck the people are turning up for. Like what is the content? Boogie is gay. That's the episode. Like,
it'll just be like humiliation rituals for Boogie.
I think so. Honestly, I think so.
Am I the correct from? I'm not trying to sneak diss here at all, but when you got the power of Keemstar, the obviously Boogie, isn't Wings of Redemption in that shit as well?
Yeah.
When you've got that and you only get like 4 to 5K, isn't that?
Well, the thing is, they probably could be more popular. As far as I tell, the show isn't about anything. It's just them making shit up.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it would be more popular if they had a show.
Okay. Like I've Got Cancer.
Yeah, I mean
that kind of making shit up.
I'm not even kidding. That was probably the best chance they had at being successful was his cancer arc, as they all refer to it. It shouldn't even exist. It's such a horrible disgust.
You can apply that to Boogie as well.
Medical miracles have kept him going well past his sell-by date. Let's put it that way.
I can't wait for Boogie to come on the show. I mean, I don't watch the show, but he's just going to come on one day, like covered in fucking white, and he's going to be like, "I died, and I'm a ghost."
That's my prediction. I've said a few times on like EFAP catch-ups, but the faking his death would be the next the thing to do.
Oh,
I think
no!
So, yeah.
Oh no!
I think it's an inevitability. I think that Keemstar will convince him it's a good idea. So
I was going to say you could fake a kidnapping, but then who the fuck would want to kidnap
him? They might do that. I could see him doing
they've got to pay us to get him back?
I mean, because you're going to need like a lowboy or something, or at least like a forklift to get him out of the house, and then the logistics of it would just be a nightmare. Like a van wouldn't be enough to transport him.
I still can't believe he left his house and shot a fucking gun in the air.
Yeah. Classic.
Cuban 922 with the $5 says, congrats Az on total bald victory over the cringe cuck Starfield, Dragon Age, and any other cringe game defenders, and best wishes for Gary and his fam. Thank you, Cuban. Gary's been watching, so he'll be getting the love. Snacks with a $5 says, idea, Mauler, a hack and slash game set in a rhapsody of fire story with their music as the OST.
I've always felt their music would match loads of shit with movies and games and stuff. But hey, man, one day, maybe. More metal in media, please.
Going back to, just very briefly, going back to the Fantastic Four trailer, didn't you think the music just basically sound like the music that they did with the Ant-Man and the Quantumania?
Honestly, I did, because you mentioned that earlier. I can't even remember what the music was. I think I was just inspecting all the visuals, right? I completely missed the music.
Fair enough.
Generically dramatic trailer music.
Yeah, just kind of the build-up generic. Yeah. Chris Foster with a £10 says, I see it now. Go see Yotei conversation prompt. Probably. like that great one from Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Kagami with a 50 Mexican says KOTOR remake is coming along just like Rian Johnson's trilogy any day now, right? Nathan Cassidy with a $10 says, I just want to remind people with Anthem is BioWare had no idea what they were working on till E3 reveal trailer. Correct. Also, the voice actor with Ghost of Yotei has a history of forcing changes on projects that they work with. Well, I think with the writing team that we've seen, I think that game's in fucking already done for me. But yes, the vertical slice that they showed off at E3 20. I don't know, can't remember. Whichever E3 it was, that vertical slice, yeah, that was the first time that the Anthem developers knew that was apparently the direction they were going in. Young Stov with a $2 says first super best thing to come out of SWO was Schlurpo. I think it is actually.
Agreed.
Tragon with a $5 says old school Mass Effect guys are working on a game called Exodus. Yes, they are. It should come out this year, and there's already a prequel novel. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm following them on socials. I'm signed up for the game on the website. Keeping an eye on it. I'm keeping an eye on it. Joey Bag of Donuts with a $5 says Mauler, when is the new content new KeyFap? Hail boys, great work as always. Thank you.
Content new KeyFap? I'm not sure. Unless they count the movie Bob one we did recently. In which case it's already done.
The Viking of Disapproval with a $5 says Skull and Bones was a decade too late. Outlaws was a bad game with a dying IP. Assassin's Creed Stop the Asian Hate might end up killing Ubisoft. Hope it fucking does, is my answer to that, to be honest with you. Hope it fucking does. The Smeegs with a 33 month says, hey, lads, sorry to hear about Gary's loss. Our prayers go with him during this trying time. Y'all, I have cried laughing at the Veilguard Supercut. Are we getting any FAP coverage? I want to laugh. Well, my videos are coming.
I was going to say, we're not doing an EFAP for that, but you will be getting Az's review, which will, from what I gather, be quite detailed.
Yaha, the autopsy. M2M with a $2 says, I love Sly Cooper. Shame if Sucker Punch goes DEI. Well, it won't be a shame because it'll be self-inflicted. Dio Brando with a £5 says, are Ghost of Yotei or Assassin's Creed Shadows the Gollum likes I have been craving?
My guess is they're not going to be Gollum likes.
No, I think
Veilguard and Outlaws were Gollum likes, or at least closer to it.
Yeah, I think Veilguard's just going to be. Sorry, I think Assassin's Creed San Francisco is going to be meh. I just think it's going to be meh. And I think that Ghost of Yotei is potentially going to have good combat with some really dumb storylines thrown in for current daysms. Jeff Rock with a 5 Canadian says, everyone forgets the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Is that when they added the little bit extra on the end?
Oh, if they were talking about the Hassan video from H3H3, the content nuke, we're not going to be covering that. That's like exclusively about Israel-Palestine. That's just not. You're going to have to rely on some other YouTubers for that one. You know, as much as we've covered Hassan before, it's always been about his stealing of people's videos and stuff.
And being a retard.
Yeah.
Marksman at 117B with a 5. Remember recently when I had the anniversary of the Starfield run, and he posted, remember when the whole of the internet, I think he put, remember when the whole of the internet dunked on this guy, by the way, who's now claimed complete bold victory. And then he got fired from Activision for drinking breast milk.
What?
I'm like, what? and then Mark Kern,
is that something you haven't told us?
Well, it was Mark Kern was the one that fucking responded to me with that in. And he's like, I think you're catching strays here, Az. I think he's trying to have a go at me because I think they tried to come out with a rumor that Mark got fired from Activision for drinking breast milk. which was apparently bullshit. And so Hassan had managed to put myself and Mark Kern as the same person. and I mean, I'm not saying that I haven't.
Wouldn't want to rule it out. Wouldn't want to rule it out.
Or if the opportunity presented itself,
Yeah. Yeah. Any chance to suck on some today. Anyway, Mark 117B with a $5 says, I love Bucky Power World's CM. Constantly, I'm surprised to see him defending not just his game, but gamers as a whole and the hobby. He deserves an award. I thoroughly enjoyed when I played some Power World. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Roller Coaster with a 27 month says, the Imperial March was my ringtone for over 20 years. Since The Last Jedi, it's Miracles of Sound. Gordon Freeman saved my life.
George Freeman.
George Freeman. I was thinking George, St. Jesus, George Lionheart Floyd. We were going there. Every time I see a G, I just think of our Lord and Savior that died for our sins. Of the fatal overdose. No Face with a $2 says, the first look. I'm out. Fuck the Fantastic Four. Okay. MJO Sky with the $5 says, you cannot live with they/them failure. What did that bring them back to me? Because you're boring. A bold British silverback. Probably. Bungles Twanger with a $5 says, Fantastic Four trailer. 1, didn't seem woke. 2, Reed Richards doesn't have a fucking mustache. 3, is
Pedro Pascal will die before he shaves that mustache
off.
He loves it more than life itself.
True. 3, the last time I saw him without was Tash was Equalizer 2. Pacing and dialogue seemed banal and boring. Okay.
All right.
Again, I think it's fair. Darth Gavel with a 17 month says, railless gaming is the gamer's dream that absolutely terrifies the big gaming industry. Yeah, they want to tell you how to play, what to buy, what they've taken out, what they're going to sell back. No Face with a $5 says, my favorite thing to do in GTA 4 was drive around obeying all traffic laws. It's actually really difficult to do. I tried that. I have actually tried that with a GTA game. Drive up to the traffic light, stop when it's red, wait, try and turn, try and keep in lane. I've tried to do all that before. Yusuke Gigasaki with a $5 says, I'm currently playing Starfield on Game Pass. It sucks. Really wish someone would have warned me. No comment. But yeah, it's a dead game. It's a dead fucking game and it's boring as fucking balls. Zeddy Boy with a $2 says, Mass Anthem Veilguard. That's a trifecta of shite. Dave the Rave with a £20 says, don't have any trust left for Disney Marvel. And although the Fantastic Four trailer, February the 14th, clever. Feb 4th, yeah. Looked interesting. Pedro in everything. Pascal is too old. Other casting okay. And I like the Kirby 60s futuristic retro feel, though. Yeah. Again, fair take, I think. Shark Dentures with a $5 says, Saw 27, Jigsaw. This is a test of survival. To escape this chamber, you must play Dragon Age Veilguard. Everybody just chooses to die instead.
Oh. It's a fair choice.
Yeah. Can't say as I blame them. Very short film. Big Ounce with the $2 is Weekly Marvel versus DC. Storm versus Mera. Storm. No doubt. Storm.
What does Mera do?
She'll electrocute the bitch with her fucking lightning in the water. The God of Gravy with a £20 says, as miss you on FNT. Missed you like Kanye's girl missed the point of clothing. Preferred Jaden Smith's hat that sucked much like Pearl Harbor, which sucked. And all I'm trying to say is that Pearl Harbor sucked. And I miss you.
It was a glorious song.
It's great, isn't it? Love Team America. Oh, that's... David P with a membership for 32 says, as his video of Dragon Age Veilguard isn't a review or a dissection, it's an autopsy, correct? In actual fact, I think I might be using that. Dragon Age Veilguard, an autopsy. Nullface with the $5 is the best shows never end. You just stop watching halfway into season 3.
Oh, Mira's Amber Heard's character, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I remember.
Yeah.
Nice one,
I was
Muller.
like, why do I know that name? Where's it from? What is it? I was like, oh, of course.
Why did you say that name?
Yeah, Storm would fucking destroy her. It wouldn't even close.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't have any real powers. She swims fast.
She swims fast and she shits on your bed.
She can control water, right? I think.
Yeah.
So that's neat and everything, but Storm can control a hell of a lot more than that.
Cool. I was reading something and got caught short.
I would agree.
Our Rob or Ross with the £5 says, according to The Guardian, Buffy will have Dolly Parton as exclusive producer.
I hope that's true.
She's executive produced a couple of things. I'm pretty sure Dolly Parton.
Yeah,
it's not gonna it's not going to change anything in terms of like. That doesn't make it better or worse. I don't think.
Most EPs do fuck all anyway. M8566 with the $5 says, brace yourself for Buffy was always woke. Oh, right, yeah. Like Dragon Age has always been woke.
I've said several times that if a lot of, like Anita Sarkeesian said, I think that Buffy is like one of her favorite shows. I was like, have you watched it recently? Have you? I don't think it passes that test.
No. Remember Anita Sarkeesian, when they announced that they were going to remake Buffy with black female, Anita Sarkeesian actually was like, don't touch Buffy. And kind of gave yourself away a little bit.
Interesting the amount of times they call each other retards in that show, or you have it gets complaints all the time from the fandom about how it's too misogynist. I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
It's never ever good enough.
Well, that's the thing about the worry of this new one. It'll be like, we got some things wrong in the original series, you see.
Oh, yeah.
Time to fix them.
That time I purposely decided not to say anything. Dave Grimes with a 34 months says, hey, hello, what do you guys make of the news that the Barbarian director is doing another Resident Evil movie remake?
Oh, how many times are they going to fuck this up? Why can't you just get Resident Evil right? I've got not much faith in this.
Hard.
So this is going to be the third major attempt the fourth, actually. I keep forgetting about the Netflix adaptation.
Oh.
So yeah, we had the Mila Jovovich movies, we had the Welcome to Raccoon City, and we had the Netflix TV show. So this is our fourth Resident Evil attempt. So yeah, good luck.
I honest to God, don't. I know that there's always this vanity. I must put my spin on this. It must be, you have all that you need with those video games, all that you need to make a really good Resident Evil 1 film, to make a really good Resident Evil 2 film. It's all there. Even a Resident Evil 3 film and a Resident Evil 4. Did you know, Mauler, that the Resident Evil 3 remake has actually sold more units than the Resident Evil 2 and the Resident Evil 4 remakes?
Really? I thought that was what people didn't like.
Yeah.
Or didn't like as much.
It's not so much didn't like. It was short and it kind of cut out a whole lot. But
have they added a bunch to it?
No. Sorry, the Resident Evil 2 remake has now got 15 million units. That's done the most. Then Resident Evil 4 remake has sold 9.2 million units. And the Resident Evil 3 remake has actually done 9.6. So yes, it will go past it. Resident Evil 4 remake, but I was actually quite surprised that the Resident Evil 3 remake had nearly 10 million lifetime sales. It's pretty crazy. So I managed to get a little thing that I had aside that we were going to talk about that I didn't get to talk about. Another name with a $20 is, after the last few years, I'm half expecting Disney to introduce their X-Men with a character named Wolverine. Oh, I say. Ding dong.
My goodness.
The ding dong would go in it. Darth Gavel with a $2 says, gay, black, disabled, trans man Buffy. Here we go. Connor with a $5 says, hey guys, thoughts on Damien Leon saying he doesn't want to insert politics into Terrifier. Parasites on X say no political stance is violence. Well, they're fucking retarded. He said the right thing.
The responses to his tweet were just hilarious, perfectly proving his point.
Yeah.
You know, like he has the most lukewarm take, the most reasonable take imaginable. It's like, hey, don't really mind what your political affiliation is. You're all welcome in the Terrifier franchise as long as you're polite to each other and you're good people.
Yeah.
And then the responses are like, oh my God, are you trying to annihilate queer people from existence, you monster? Don't you know they built the entire horror genre? Don't you know that they built the entire world? Like, that's the kind of level of like.
Well, and it's reignited the whole is all our political conversation when it's just like, are we still doing this shit? Like everyone knows.
Yes, we are.
Everyone knows you can interpret whatever the fuck you want from anything and everything. It's just like, yeah, but what the fuck are the politics of Teletubbies? Come on,
they'll find a reason. They'll find something.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like when people say desperation.
When people like that say that all art is political, what they mean is they need all art to be political because they need it to back up their political views of the world and justify their existence.
Is he political?
Dude,
it will be for them.
I have never heard anything more truer than when he said, yeah, we made everything, because that's what it always seems to boil down to. Every fucking franchise, every fucking thing, suddenly there'll be a bunch of fucking activists, a bunch of fucking gay or trans people going, it's always been this and we built it from... It's just fucking the level of fucking narcissism and retardation just going off the hook, man. Caffeinate Me has been a member for 15 months. Thank you. Renoth Turk, I don't know, with the $2 says, when are we getting that juicy Austin Powers EFAP? It's done.
They're done.
It's done.
Not yet. They're coming. They're on their way. It's gonna be great.
And for another $2, also prayers go out to Gary and his family. Hail. Yeah, God bless. Reno the Turk. Got it. Got there in the end. Got a gravy with a £5 says an Englishman, a Welshman, and a Scotsman walked into a live stream. Hilarity ensued. Yes, sir.
Sure did.
Josh Kelsey dropping a 20. Josh, thank you so much indeed. Barn Bocock with a 20 New Zealand says, if it could be a 10 out of 10 film, would you pick Judge Dredd versus Judge Death, Batman versus Predator with father-son Predator hunting Gotham heroes and villains, or an Indiana Jones / Mummy type adventure with mythical locations and eldritch horrors?
Ooh,
this is really good.
Some juicy choices right there.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that is when you said the first one, I was like, it's gonna be that one. Then you said the second one, I was like, whoa, actually.
I
know it's crazy.
Dredd versus Judge Death. I was like, oh, it's got to be that. Oh,
I think I'm going with the Indiana Jones though, because the perfect version of that is that we got it around the time Last Crusade would have been made, and I'm sorry, I just can't give up the chance to get another Indiana Jones film. They're fucking brilliant.
With Pete Harrison.
Yeah.
Pete Harrison, Lucas not doing too bad himself. Well, Spielberg, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, fuck. Yeah, I can't say that I disagree. I'd probably go with Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Were you drinker?
I'm inclined to agree, although the Batman versus Predator one does sound really tempting. If it was a proper 10 out of 10 movie, it does sound pretty awesome.
Thing is, right, they've done that in the comics. They've done Batman Predator multiple times in the comics, so at least I can say we got that.
Yeah.
Whereas, so to get a brand new indie, peak indie, Pink Spielberg, Lucas, bueno. Malcador's Dead Corpse with a £5 says, agree on the Great Circle. Reviewed it from a channel. Gameplay casts at 5 out of 10. People complained if it was a great game, falling standards.
A great game? Like, damn.
No. It wasn't a great game. And because first of all, they couldn't even get the gameplay particularly good.
It was breaking all the time.
Yeah. You went off you deviate from their rails, fucking game falls apart.
Yeah.
Chase Darkfire with a $2 says, have you seen the new fight clip of Captain Falcon?
Yes.
Oh, I did see where the Hulk is coming at him and he says, I should have taken the serum. So if he punches the fucking shield and he holds it up and it doesn't do anything, just fuck right off.
I think they're talking about the one where he's fighting some like goon or whatever, and he says, like, let's get this over with. I've got shit to do, which I guess is supposed to be his version of I can do this all day.
Oh, okay.
But it's just cringy.
He said a swear word, Mauler. How
It's
do we feel
whatever.
about that?
Oh, so edgy. Much sharp. Oh god. Is it next week it's out?
Is it? I don't know.
I think it's next. Is it next week or is it week after? I don't care. KK took the Star Wars away with the $5. Says more than trying to rationalize the genophage in the Tokanta mission is one of my all-time gaming story moments. BioWare is a husk of its former self. Yeah, that genophage stuff is because you can choose to keep them dead. You know, you can choose. Yeah. Ray Gonzalez with the $2 says, "Where's Johnny's slug girlfriend?" Oh God, jeez, he's fucking a slug in comics. By the way, if you didn't know, Johnny Storm. Menace Majik with a $5 says, "Hail, the Fellowship Sphere is slipping on Severance. Best show out. Mauler may especially enjoy. Great writing." I've only seen the first episode and I actually really enjoyed it.
I mean, there's just so much to watch. But sure, maybe someday.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to. I only saw it when I was flying back. I saw the first episode of Severance, and I really liked the premise, and I really liked that they told you the premise in the first episode, so that there wasn't any kind of mystery box bollocks, and then how you can deal with what the premise is. And so, yeah, I'm interested to watch more. I'm interested to watch more of Severance for sure. Ben Dowdy with 2 months says Pascal is miscast pretty much constantly. He's useless as Joel. I'm just saying it. Peter Constable has become a member. Thank you, Peter. Derek PG Baylor with a $2 says Ralph Ineson rocks at Loreth Na in Diablo 4. Mika Devereaux with a $2 says Pedro Pascal is Mr. Fantastic. That's a stretch.
Just keep hammering it.
Yeah, I could do this all day. Draconic Ice Mage with a $5 says, I know this is super off topic, but did anyone see that for Assassin's Creed Shadows you can pre-order $50 worth of their currency from Best Buy?
Gaming.
Can't wait to not do that.
Video games.
Yeah, fuck off, Ubisoft. You nearly slipped. Garok with $5 says Ben looks fine. If anything, he could be a little more orange, but his voice isn't Brooklyn enough. Joe Dirt, your ass my face with a Honda.
Whoa.
Okay there, bud.
With a Honda Australian says, hey, as first one to the goal. Question to the whole panel. Is this the worst looking thing? Yes. I'm including the unreleased movie. Also, hi, Mauler and Drinker.
Hello.
Hi.
So
the worst looking thing?
I think Josh Trank's thing was probably the worst looking thing.
Oh, right.
This Fantastic Four movies.
I mean, this does look comic accurate. It is a comic accurate looking thing. So,
yeah, I don't have an issue with the visuals here.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Like I said,
I think the best looking thing has got to be John Carpenter's.
Hold on.
It was worth waiting for.
It is worth the wait for that one. I think it looks okay. I wasn't. Let's see more. The legendary Golden Spork with a $10 says, I would have cared about the Fantastic Four MCU debut if it was 10 years ago. Of course, their MCU debut would most definitely replace Josh Trank's Fantastic Four. Catastrophe averted. Well, Disney didn't have Fox then, so.
Yeah, they had to wait for that one.
Yeah. Inopmamon with a $5 says the children laughing stock sounds like a squeaky going over a window. Squidgy going over a window.
Yeah, squeegee.
Yeah.
Bo Briscoe with a $10 says it's still stealth if no witnesses are alive to report it. Amen.
True.
I'm with you, Bo. I'm with you.
Fucking hate
Alan
stealth
Mack.
missions.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, I just want run and gun.
Yeah.
Especially in the Vatican.
especially in the Vatican. Just imagine how many pedo. Anyway, Alan Mack with a membership for 22 months. Thank you. God of Gravy with a £5 says Rory McGrath. Google him and pull up a picture. Imagine him as that. I know who he is. He's the guy with the beard, isn't he? He's the sort of bouffon hair comedian back in the day. I realized that as soon as Rory. As soon as I realized. Fiesta Cat with a member for 7 months says Kenobi was a real disappointment. It had the potential to be awesome. Then Disney did a Disney. Correct.
Yep.
Fiesta Cat with a $5 says wanted to see Boba Fett do some intergalactic crime syndicate violent shit. Instead, we got what we got. Yeah. Callioth with a $10 says, if it involves Disney, forget Star Wars. Any attempt at a story outside of Skywalker, if it involves the TDS Hamill, forget it. Era crashes. It's the same for Marvel. Lock it in the closet for 2 decades.
Let it rest.
Maybe more.
Can't say disagree. Western Paradigms with a $5 says, I learned what Cockney rhyming slang is recently. I hereby demand all you Brits show us your best at proper English. I mean, that's the only way that I speak is proper English. Thank you.
What do they mean? Like we speak?
I don't know. I think you want a guy old Cockney spare, innit?
Which is kind of tricky because you've got a guy from Yorkshire, a guy from Wales, and a guy from Scotland. So we're not exactly known for our Cockney rhyming ability.
Yeah. It's like, isn't America think that the only accent in the UK is like posh and Cockney?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the English accent.
Ridiculously
posh.
Draven73 has become a member. Thank you, sir. Alan Octavian Moldovan with a 4 month says Fantastic Four trailer looks so Marvel. Generic CGI bore fest. Anyway, Astaire 2 trailer is out now, and that's something worth looking forward to.
Astartes, yeah. Have you seen the trailer?
I haven't seen the full trailer. Start today. Say Astartes 2 trailer. I've just seen the teaser. I haven't seen. Is the full trailer out now?
I think so. People were asking me about it a couple of days ago.
Say water bottle. Water bottle.
Water bottle.
Water bottle. Draven73 with a £2 says, can you remove KK? Just get us. Oh, we can't say that, sir. Only in Minecraft can we say things like that. And this ain't Minecraft. Carl Hauser with the 2 Canadians says, hey, Mauler Drinker and Az. See you at MegaCon Drinker.
Nice. Looking forward to it, buddy.
Cuban922 with a $5 says, the assassination of Boba Fett by the coward Kathleen Kennedy. Drinker, what are your thoughts on Maker's Mark? Used up all the jack in college. Now I avoid it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, Maker's Mark is pretty good. I think it gives me a bit of a headache for some reason. Not sure why, but yeah.
Oof.
Otherwise, it's good stuff to drink. The wax on the bottle makes me feel really special as well when I open it.
No. Ray Gonzalez with the $5 says, KK is Undertaker of Star Wars. Every time we think her career is done, it rises again. And Ray Gonzalez with the $5 says, that makes me think of Dave Filoni as Paul Bear now. Paul Bearer. Oh, yes. Yeah, he's definitely Paul Bearer. He's got the squeaky voice as well. Callioth has been a member for 13 months. Thank you, Callioth. And they also drop a $10 and say, Disney, if it ever wanted to recover, needs to cease making theater and TV products of its IPs, pray for attention span decay, and then start over small again. They are too big and have failed repeatedly. And yet they still have money, dude. Plenty of it. Got a Gravy with a £5 says the power to keep cold things cold and hot things hot. It's Flask Master. But Another name with a $20 says, now I want a John Walker and Red Guardian show or film done right. Both of them doing what they showed they could be and trying to work together on something that poses a threat larger than Russia and the US. Do you know, I think Hot Toys actually had the Red Guardian figure up for pre-order, and I think they stealth cancelled it. I think like the Kang. I think the Kang thing was up for pre-order, and I think that might be stealth cancelled as well.
Interesting.
EJP99 with a $2 says, what is best movie Solar you have ever seen?
Good luck with that one, Az.
Fucking what is that, dude? What is the best movie trilogy?
Solar.
I don't know. You've ever seen?
Solar.
If we're talking trilogy, I'm going to have to say Indiana Jones.
Back to
That's
the
a safe
Future.
choice.
I love that.
Back to the Future. Yeah, that's another very strong one. Back to the Future is another strong one.
I mean,
Very
Lord of the
strong
Rings.
one.
I'm just going to throw that
Lord
out.
of the Rings. Oh, yeah. Fuck. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, no. Well, it's Lord of the Rings. Okay, Lord of the Rings.
The thing is, none of us are going to name anything from like the past 10 or 15 years.
Dude,
No.
the thing is, we've made up a super chat because we can't fucking make head and tail.
Yeah. Let's talk about fat people again.
Yeah.
That'll be us for the next 2 hours.
As a fatso, yes. Lord of the Rings and, oh my God, Indiana Jones pulling at his coattails. Anonymous has been a member for 40. Thank you. Taker 610 with a $5 says, imagine if Penguin looked completely normal, but got his nickname due to him holding his arms to his side and wobbling like a penguin when he walked. Not really.
Sure.
Fire King 007 with a £5 says, Wrecking Ball parody for Trump is good. By the Curiosity Creations, I believe. The Ghost DS has been a member for 37. Thank you. Jesus Davila gifting a membership to the stream. Thank you. Jaded Fett with a
He's alive.
Maybe I'll
It's
paper
okay.
off the verb a little quicker. The Hondo says, gents, much love from Gary's new hometown. Since he's not here, enjoy all of your various content. Any games coming out this year that you're looking forward to and playing? Well, I am looking forward to playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 tomorrow. So that's like straight up looking forward to that. It depends really what's on the docket because things get changed around so much. There's a few things I have my eye on. There's a game that's just released, which I've picked up on Steam that I had my eye on. I think it was something about an antidote and a small studio that made it. And I wanted to stream a bit of that as well. So there's depending on what the release dates for certain things are. But yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I've been looking forward to that. Going to play it tomorrow. We're going to find out. I don't know when the the new Monster Hunter is coming out, but that looks Killing Antidote. I think so. Something like that. The Killing Antidote. I think it's called The Killing Antidote or something. It looks interesting. I had my eye on it. Small indie team. So, Monster Hunter. The new Monster Hunter looks cool. Argigonton with a 17-month membership. Thank you. Graph Web with the $2 says, for fuck's sake, cancel Disney Plus. I have. No Zaku Boy with a 50 says, no evil or rack escapes the peerless vision of beeping Tom. Cosmic rays have lit up the ladies of the night, which has sunned down the male labor force. Can Tom get off his back and tame the titillating temptations of the fantastic whores? Oh my God.
Wow.
That's
dramatic. I'm invested already.
Peeping Tommy, he needs to see something. He's going stir crazy. Long Live Liberty has been a member for 9. Thank you. X in Wonderland with a 3 months says Ghost of Yotei. Ghost of Yotei, your tubes. Please never reproduce. Giggity. JB24, the 2 Canadians, says Marvel looking to bring back Jonathan Majors Kang.
Really?
Good luck.
I don't know. I know Jonathan Majors is trying to come back at the moment, but I don't think Disney will probably touch him for a while. Apollo 536 has been a member for 41 months. And remember, it was announced that the Council of Kangs has been defeated by people in What If?
Yeah.
Kendon B has been a member for 23, says, been listening to the James Herriot books, All Creatures Great and Small. And the way he talks about the Yorkshire Dales, it does sound like God's country. I hope I can visit someday. Used to love watching All Creatures Great and Small. Tristan Farnan and all that. Dad Builds with a $5 says, lost my dad 3 days before Christmas. Oh, I'm so sorry, dude. Watching your videos has given me smiles during this time. Thank you, gents, and loads of prayers for Gary and his family. Absolutely. Big love to Gary and his family. Gary, Melissa, and the boys. And the doggos. Zodlander has been a member for 12. Thank you, Zodlander. Nyben, 1975, has become a member. Thank you. Jackson Prez with a $5 says, Al's second watching Severance, just as good as Penguin. Nice. Nyben, 1975 again with a €5 says, hi, Az, finally able to join after months of hassle. Also joined Mauler, Drinker, and Gary's channels. Prayers and love to Gary and the family for the hoose. Thank you, sir. Trey Williams has become a member. Thank you, Trey. Dainsliff with an €11 says, the Englishman says, a bottle of water. The Welshman says,
well, a bottle of water.
the Scotsman says,
a bottle of water.
And here comes, wow, the Murloc.
All right.
Okay, what kind of deep lore is this? I'm lost.
That was a WoW reference. World of Warcraft reference. Bennett Torby with a $10 his favorite sports biopic. Mine is Miracle, the greatest moment in sports history. Amateur American hockey beat pro Soviet military hockey team in New York to move on to the Olympic gold medal game. Surely it's got to be Rudy. It's got to be Rudy, surely. Stavo Shivakfest with a 10 Bagnon says, hi guys, much love from Bulgaria. Mola, I've made a 3D render of The Long Man. How can I get it to you? I think you'll like it.
I actually think I've set up a PO box that I'm trying to get someone to test so that I know it works, and in which case then can be sent via that. So give me like a week to see what's going on there, and then maybe that'll be a thing.
Speaking of someone who's, run file of that sort of thing before, yeah, definitely test it, because the Royal Mail will fuck it up if they possibly can.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cool Runnings is a good one. Yeah, Cool Runnings, man. Casual Sadism's been a member for 3 months. Thank you. Bizarro as with the $2 is Muller single? Also, you said funded BBC. Oh no, it's Bizarro as, so they're doing the opposites. I look very sexy, by the way. Very sexy. Look, I've got no beard, but I got hair. John Platt with a £5 says, hey, hi to Az, Drinker, and the Long Man. I just sent this super chat as it's my birthday tomorrow. And also, what do you all think of the new Fantastic Four trailer? First of all, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, sir.
And we discussed it. We've discussed the Fantastic Four trailer in the stream. So just go back and rewatch all of our talks as we go through it. And Trax32 with the $5 says, what Patrick Swayze wins in a fight, Point Break, Roadhouse, Dirty Dancing?
It's got
what
Roadhouse,
Patrick Swayze wins in a fight, Point Break, Roadhouse?
So which version of him? It's got to be Roadhouse. I mean, he's pretty lethal in that. He rips a guy's throat out.
Oh, we've also
Yeah.
Doesn't do
It's
much
got a
fighting and
roadhouse
dirty
for point,
dancing,
right?
to be fair.
Yeah, it catches you and throws you. I'm reading it as it says. It says Bizarro as, not Bizarro, but I know it should be Bizarro if I'm just like. And UK Outlaw with a £20 says, "Hi guys, just to say thanks for all you do, keeping us entertained. Special thanks though to Mauler for EFAP. Loving that EFAP is
No
freaking
problem.
amazing.
Thanks for letting us know.
Gentlemen, we have come to the end of the stream. Drinker, thank you so much indeed for stepping in for Monsieur Gary. If you don't know, chat, Gary unfortunately has had a death in the family, so he's going to be out of action for a while. He won't be attending MegaCon or FNT this week. So much love to Gary for that. And Drinker, anything you have coming up at the moment?
It's the big thing is MegaCon. I'm going to be there this weekend, so looking forward to that. I'm going to be at the Rippaverse booth on Saturday and Sunday, and I'm going to be doing a couple of panels and generally stumbling around yelling abuse at people. So if you want to meet me, come along, and I will say hello.
Oh, was it 6'3" of you?
Yeah, thereabouts. You can't miss me.
I know. Molly.
Hello. What's happening next? Regular scheduling. Nothing shocking or crazy. So stay calm, okay? Who knows what'll happen?
People are asking you two guys, because you are. Any open bar this week?
Yes, although we were probably going to do it an hour earlier because I got my flight on Friday morning, so I want to finish a little bit earlier. So we will start at 8 p.m. UK time. What's that? 3 p.m. Eastern time?
Yeah. 3 Eastern, yeah.
But yeah, we will be doing open bar.
Okie dokie. So things running as scheduled for EFAP Arenos. Sean Oliver with the $5 says, gonna start my yearly replay of Shadow Colossus PS4 remake soon. Which game remakes do you think do the most justice for the originals? I'd absolutely say Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 4 remake. They are phenomenal remakes.
The Resident Evil 1 remake as well is fantastic.
I adore the Dead Space remake.
Pretty good.
I'd love to see a Resident Evil 1 remake in the same way that they did the Resident Evil 2 and 4.
Yeah, like full 3D.
Yeah,
over the
full
shoulder.
3D.
Sure.
That would be amazing. But yeah, there's some good ones. So massive thank you to everyone who's come to watch today. Moderators, thank you so much indeed for giving up your free time. Everybody who super chatted, members, remembered, gifted memberships, thank you for supporting the channel. We'll be back on Gary's channel, fingers crossed, next week, but we're playing it by ear. Until then, you take care. Goodbye, Blue Bull.
Bye.
Bye.